entrepreneurs who are present here to share their knowledge, students, transformational student leaders of SIMS, and of course, various other guests who come here to listen to these entrepreneurs. It's an honor and a pleasure to be addressing you all and welcoming you all to this mega event where we've got 15 entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs of Pune who are doing exceedingly well, who've been through the Shark Tank, to share their experience and knowledge. As you all know, there has been a lot of focus in India, especially in the last about 10 years, to encourage Make in Bharat, and to, in connection with that, to encourage entrepreneurship. The government is doing a lot in this respect. In SIMS, we also have an entrepreneurship cell, the one which has organized this event today, to not only make our students aware of the facets of being an entrepreneur, but also to encourage them to become an entrepreneur. Towards this end, in addition to the e-cell, SIMS is also associated with Department of Science and Technology, one of the very few management institutes, because mostly it is the engineering colleges which are affiliated with Department of Science and Technology, and we are their accredited associate, on whose behalf we conduct entrepreneurship development program, which is for about 30 entrepreneurs, fully funded by Department of Science and Technology. We also have an incubation center for 2 incubatees under the Ministry of MSMEs. So presently we've got 2 of them who are being incubated. Now, in addition to this, at our own level, to encourage entrepreneurship, we have various events in SIMS, but those are primarily for our own students. We want a large number of our students to become entrepreneurs. And while that journey may happen a little later, we want to expose them to various aspects of entrepreneurship. And that is why this is one of those events that have been conducted. Earlier, we used to call a few entrepreneurs, 1 or 2, to share their experience, but today we've been able to get 15 of them, and that's thanks to eChai and of course our eCell students who have managed to do so. I'm sure this is going to be a very educative session, and the fact that we've got so many from outside who come here, I'm looking at, large number of entrepreneurs who will do exceedingly well. SIMS is proud to say that we have got 2 entrepreneurs who are our alumni, who are in the 150 unicorns of India. So that is at least our contribution, may not be directly but indirectly, because they are our own alumni and they've got a large number of funding. Finally, I'd like to just say this, as there is this old saying, if you give a man a fish, he will eat for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he will eat fish for all his life, and maybe, even give it to others. So same way here, today, you will learn how to fish so that you can go and fish tomorrow. Wishing this event today all the very best, and my compliments to eChai and our SIMS entrepreneurship cell for organizing this event. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure you all will also be looking forward to it. So thank you very much. All the best.
Our panel today and the audience is nothing short of amazing talent with their wide variety of skills and entrepreneurial experience, as well as work in the venture capital industry. We would like to introduce, we have 14 panelists today joining us, and I would like to talk a little bit about the panels. The first panel has the topic Marketing Strategies for Startups, which is moderated by Mr. Mala, and our SIMS eCell coordinator, Mr. Birendra Kumar. The panelists are as follows: Mr. Karan Korke, co-founder at The Healthy Binge; Ms. Kirti Datar, co-founder at Caneboard; Ms. Sangeeta Sharma, founder at Sharma Ji Ka Aata, Ms. Rakhi Pal, co-founder at Eventbeat, Mr. Anirudh Pole, founder at ABC Fitness Firm, Mr. Ajinkya Dharia, founder and CEO at Padcare Labs, and Mr. Priyansh Lakhotia, co-founder at Youngeniers. Our second panel for the day has the topic Building Scalable Startups Starting from 1 to 10x, which is moderated by Mr. Amit Chavan and our SIMS ESL coordinator Ms. Anjali Swami. The panelists are as follows: Mr. Pranav Korke, co-founder at The Healthy Bench, Mr. Milind Datar, co-founder at Canebot, Mr. Pranav Sharma, director at Sharma Ji Ka Aata, Mr. Saurabh Mangrulkar, founder at Eventbeat, Mr. Yogesh Shinde, founder of Bamboo India, Ms. Sloni Gambhir, founder at Very Much Indian, Mr. Sai Sharan Gandhi, founder at Meteor, and Mr. Jayvant Patil, founder at Humpy Farms. On that note, I welcome Mr. Malav on the stage.
So thank you so much. But let me just quickly connect my laptop. The things you need, you should carry it. Cool. So, एक बहुत लोग नया है. How many of you? Great. So before starting panel discussion, there's one format that we always try to do is open elevator pitches. So idea is like यहाँ पे लोग बहुत अच्छे लोग आके बात करेंगे, कुछ बहुत अच्छे insights भी देंगे. But you also want to give a chance to our amazing community members because it's not always that we get some 500 or 300 plus crowd in a hall and looking forward, supporting and encouraging the new wave of entrepreneurship. So कितने लोग यहाँ पे product based startup है? Only and only product based startup अच्छे से हाथ उठाओ. Great, nice. We'll select 5 to 6 product based startup, ठीक है? जिनको हम लोग 1 minute का elevator pitch का time लेंगे. You can come here, you can show your website and बस 1 minute मिलेगा, ठीक है? So that we can just warm up before getting to the panel discussion. तो अच्छे से फिर से हाथ ऊपर करो. आ जाओ. यहाँ पे 2 हैं. और कौन है यहाँ पे? Come on. और कौन है? थोड़ा पीछे वालों को मौका दे. आ जाओ black t-shirt. और इसको अंदर से ले आ जाओ. Great. कितने लोग हैं? 1 2 किसके साथ? Format पता है, you all have been to our prior event and stuff. वैसे भी कर सकते हो. I have the timer. And also देखो 1 minute बच जाए तो जोर से तालियां बजानी है, ठीक है? So that they will know कि यार 1 minute हो गया है. नहीं तो यार इन लोगों को मौका नहीं देना. जैसे ऐसा entrepreneur भी वाले तो blabber about है, पूरा दिन भी कम पड़ता है. तो 1 मिनट के बाद तालियां बजाएंगे जोर से, सपोर्ट करना है. It's not easy job, impromptu कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? तो ऐसे ही देखिए, ठीक है? सही है.
Good morning everyone. My name is Rupesh Sancheti. I am representing Alphabet Education. We have published some unique books and courses on speed writing, handwriting improvement, calligraphy and Karakuri paper craft. In this technology driven age, we are making machines smarter, but we are forgetting what are our most basic skills. And for students, one of the most basic skills are their handwriting. But in the last few years, especially after COVID times, students have not been writing regularly and their handwriting skills are degrading. Handwriting is one of the most important and basic skills because it is directly associated with brain development, hand-eye coordination, motor skills and memory, and unfortunately there are not really good resources that can help them improving their handwriting skills. Understanding this unfulfilled need, we have published some unique books and courses on speed writing, handwriting improvement. Till date, we have sold more than 1 lakh books through our website, Amazon, Flipkart, FirstCry, retail stores. We are already associated with some leading schools in Pune like SIMS International School, Clara Global School, also associated with Crossword. Look forward to connecting with like-minded people. This is Rupesh Sancheti from Alphabet Education. Thank you very much.
So Tali Toys is basically experiential learning through toys and games for early childhood education. So we deal with kids from 3 to 6 years age, and we design toys inspired from NCRT's toy-based pedagogy, where we study the curriculum and we design toys according to that, which also includes the moral and Vedic stories and folk tales from Panchatantra, where we try to inculcate moral values and the Indian traditions which kids should learn in this age group.
जोर से encouragement करो तो it's more positive for them. आसान नहीं अचानक से यहाँ पे आके अपने स्टार्टअप के बारे में वो भी 1 मिनट में बताना है. And that too being a vulnerable in front of so many large crowd. अपनी चीजें बतानी है, स्टोरी बतानी है. तो उनको encouragement करोगे तो शायद जरूर के तुम्हें भी कोई encourage करेगा. Stay it forward.
Hello everyone, I'm Pragya. So good morning, and to all the D2C brand owners out here, one question I would like to ask, or just picture this. You're killing it when it comes to selling your products offline or even on marketplaces. But when it comes to doing sales on your own websites, you struggle to get those repeat sales. So does this sound like an everyday story to all of you? If the answer is yes, look no further. Introducing Stopla, an all-in-one e-commerce platform for direct-to-consumers businesses. So with Stopla, you get a complete package of tools and features necessary for bringing in maximizing customer engagement and retention. With Stopla, you'll be able to maximize your businesses. So do visit our website and try out the platform for free. We have a 7-day free trial for you. And for the crowd out here, we are also offering a 30% discount. To me, in case you need any help.
Thank you so much.
Good morning to all of you. In my last 40 years, first time I am on the stage. I am a working professional since last 20 years, and now during COVID, after COVID, we started our family business. That's Kanak Kokan, and I am a representative from my family. The purpose of the during COVID, we all were aware about the healthy food and the immunity system and all these things. With this concept and the environment, we have built up one product that is the healthy laddu. And we started it from our home, and day by day it's grown, and now it's become a business. And due to Shark Tank stage, we are now visualizing ourselves that in spite of all the limitations of education, experience and all things, we can also participate in this startup era for the India. And I feel very much proud on this. So I request you, all of you, to visit my website www.kanakkokan.com. .co.in. Thank you. Thanks for your healthy life. We are here for your health. You just connect us. We are for you. Thank you.
How many of you use Ayurveda in your daily lives? Raise your hands. Okay, plenty of people, right? Now, when you think of Ayurveda, you think of a bad smell, bad odor. But what if I tell you, we've made Ayurveda cool and sexy again? We have effervescent tablets for weight loss, which is completely Ayurvedic. It boosts metabolism. And we also have Shilajit effervescent tablets. So the thing about Ayurveda is that it has a bad odor and bad taste. But what if I tell you that our products have a great taste and it's mouth-watering? It's also available in many flavors. So if you could just take a look, it's Swa.life. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. Today we are trying to start up with our product that is a Taking Elements. It is a learning management platform. It is providing the learning experience to the every institutions, academic institutions, and it will provide the learning experience to the corporate world also. So we are trying to minimize the gap, whatever the interaction related happens between the in the institutional purpose and whatever the gap is happening with the corporate purpose. So we are trying to provide this interaction with this platform. This is taking place.
Thank you so much, everyone. And also, we really appreciate that you all coming on time. जो लोग आगे आए, actually choose भी उस हिसाब से किया था जो लोग आगे बैठे थे. So if you next time if you are coming on, then you should be 5 minutes before the event. These are one of those rare events which actually starts on time and not just on time. It's like time से पहले start करेंगे. तो तुम्हें घर से planning करके आने की मुझे 15 मिनट जल्दी आना है. Will not wait for you. Panel speaker के लिए wait नहीं करेंगे, audience के लिए wait नहीं करेंगे. हम लोग time पे start करेंगे. ऐसे simple thing होगा. ठीक है? तो next time से अगर जो लोग late आ रहे हैं, please जल्दी आओ. और जो लोग जल्दी आ रहे हैं आगे बैठो. That is the more important. कोई चांस मिलेगा इंट्रोडक्शंस के लिए, so that networking becomes very easy. तो किससे बात करूँ, किससे नहीं बात करूँ, will be very tricky question for you. So आगे आओ, आगे बैठो, introduce करो, networking becomes more easy and get a chance to pitch in front of everyone. So we do meetups every weekend. Website पे detail आ जाएगी. We'll quickly move on to a panel discussion. So please give a huge round of applause in welcoming the first panel of the day. Karan, Rafi, Priyansh, Kirti, Sangeeta, Pranav. किसी को बिल्कुल नहीं आना. सेंटर में हाँ जा. So it has become like a meet and greet for them. वो लोग सालों के बाद मिल रहे हैं. Cool. कहीं पे भी उसको कितने लोग? How many of you guys already have questions? हाथ ऊपर करो, अच्छे से करो. तो फिर किस लिए आए हो? अगर क्वेश्चंस नहीं तो ये बंद करो. अभी अपना प्रमोशन करो. एक दूसरा डालो और टीचर करो. ठीक है. कितने लोगों को सही में क्वेश्चन नहीं है? तो फिर सुनने आए हो या फिर कुछ देखो आए हो तो यू नीड टू देखो तुम बारिश में सैटरडे मॉर्निंग बिगाड़ के आए हो अपना. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू मेक समथिंग वर्थ आउट ऑफ इट. कि हाँ दो क्वेश्चंस है, दो लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम चल रही है. आई एम फेसिंग सम इंसिडेंट्स ऑफ नीड सम हेल्प और सम गाइडेंस इन माय स्टार्टअप लाइफ. दैट्स व्हाई दिस कन्वर्सेशन एंड दिस टाउन हॉल आर हैपनिंग. तो फिर मोर क्वेश्चंस, मोर एनकरेजमेंट. मेरे पास इनके पास बहुत क्वेश्चंस है, बट विल ट्राई टू गेट योर क्वेश्चंस, योर इनसाइट्स ताकि तुम्हें हेल्प हो. ठीक है? एंड आल्सो विल ट्राई टू मेक इट समथिंग मोर एक्साइटिंग फॉर यू. सो बिफोर गेटिंग स्टार्टेड फॉर द पैनल डिस्कशन एज यूजुअल, ठीक है, थोड़ा सा हम लोग एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट सेट करते हैं, लाइक हु यू आर. ऑफ कोर्स सब लोगों को पता है, बट स्टिल मे बी सम फ्यू who might not know about you. We'll quickly set the context. 1.5 minutes each. A bit about your name, bit about your startup. क्या करो क्या नहीं, क्या जर्नी रही आपकी अभी तक. बस इतना. 1.5 minutes. Split next round of question.
Thank you, Madhav. Hello, everyone. My name is Priyansh Lakotia, and I'm the founder of a company called The Engineers. So I was in Shark Tank season 1, and I was 16 years old at that time. And of course, उस टाइम पे कोई इन्वेस्ट करता नहीं आपके बिजनेस में because you're going off to college. And but The Engineers since then has flourished, and we are into the education industry where we make experiments, practical kits for children from the age of 3 up to 15. But our main focus right now is class 9 and 12 because that is an unexplored industry in India, in our space. And thank you so much, Madhav, and for inviting us. And we'll be talking about marketing, and so you'll get to know more about us during that time. Thank you so much.
Introduction के लिए.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sangeeta Sharma, founder Sharma Ji Ka Aata. I started my business in the year 2016, and we have been in Shark Tank season 2, and from there onwards we progressed a lot, and rest of the things we'll be discussing in next rounds.
Hi guys, I'm Pranav, Sharma Ji Ka beta. I help my mom with the Sharma Ji Ka Aata have us. Thanks for having us here.
So hello everyone, I'm Rakhi Pal. I'm the co-founder at Wendy. You all might have seen us on Shark Tank India Season 1. First of all, thank you Malav and entire community for having us. It's always a pleasure to be a part of this community. We are a students community platform. You all might have heard a lot about us. We're already in touch with SIMS for a lot of events and a lot of activities going around. हमारा गोल यही है कि आपको बस लाइफ में पढ़ना नहीं, आगे बढ़ना सिखाना है. और वो तब होगा when you get to be a part of the tier 1 top community. Like not every student in the country gets an exposure like you all have here at SIMS. So yeah, we're just trying to take this sort of exposure to every nook and corner of our country, and it's going to happen once we see you all coming out as amazing entrepreneurs and trying to serve the country. So yeah, there's a big vision out here, and would love to connect with you all after the panel discussion. Thank you.
Hello all, I'm Kirti Datar and I'm the co-founder of CaneBot. At CaneBot, we have built India's first fresh sugarcane juice robotic vending machine. So we are essentially into food robotics, and what we have done is, the way we have vending machine for coffee or other things, we thought why can't we have a machine for sugarcane juice, but the major differentiator is it should make the juice on demand. So we are not storing the juice, we are actually storing the sugarcane sticks. You click a button, make the payment, and that's when it prepares and serves fresh juice. So this is the first of its kind of machine in India and also possibly globally. And the vision is simple, that sugarcane juice has been a part of our culture. It's healthy, it's tasty, but somehow the younger generation don't find it cool. So we simply want to make it so cool that not just in India, but globally people would once again start enjoying sugarcane juice.
Good morning everyone, my name is Karan. I'm the co-founder at the Healthy Binge. We're one of the first brands in India to make healthy millet-based chips, which are extremely tasty. So millets are basically ragi, jawar, moringa, amaranth. All these are millets which we used to have in our earlier life. So we've used these millets and we made them into a snacking option to unjunk our regular fried chips. So we have been present in the market for about 2.5 years. We are an Amazon bestseller brand. We are present across 10 cities in India. We're exporting to 2 countries outside of India as well. And yeah, we just featured on Shark Tank as well recently. Thank you.
Hello everyone. This is Virendra, Senior Coordinator of Entrepreneurship Cell over here in SIMS Pune. And we are very pleased to partner with ESI Ventures and have this panelist with us. And it's really a great opportunity for SIMS student managers and all the people who have come over here. So thanks again.
We'll do one other round of questions. It's just to set a context for the audience. It's about the numbers which you want to share in public. Numbers can be anything: your team size, your growth, your revenue numbers, or maybe something kind of like an actual impact through your startup that you have created. Okay? So numbers which you are comfortable to share in public. And also, अगर किसी को भूल गए हो तो maybe you can share about season 1, season 2 which you are part of, and if you got funding or not, and by whom. Quickly, 30 seconds each.
So we've reached the awkward part of the conversation for every entrepreneur. But we have a very diverse size of companies and revenue and products, of course. So my company is small. We are just a team of 7 people who are working full time on our brand, and we have around 10,000 customers every month in the product segment. So those are my numbers which I'm comfortable sharing. Thank you.
When I started my work, only 3 people were there. One is my milling machine operator, myself, and a delivery boy. Today we are a team of 22, including our tech team and accounts.
we started with a team of 4 in 2019, and now we are a team of 37 people full time. Team size itni बढ़ गई that we were working from COEP Bhav Institute. We had to move to Baner. So yeah, that's the team size number so far. And the community, we started with like nearly 45,000 students in 2021. Now we are like a 10 lakh student strong community. So that's the team model.
So I'll talk about few different numbers that we have created. So we have sold over 30 lakh glasses of fresh sugarcane juice so far. And to us, what it means is every glass of sugarcane juice consumed is probably one less Pepsi or Coke or some other beverage, impacting the health of consumers. And in the process, helping thousands of farmers and generating the rural economy towards this country where we are completely a farm-driven country, basically.
So we've served about 25 lakh D2C orders in the past couple of years. So we got a 7x growth from last year, employing about 90% women workforce. So that is where we are right now.
जिसने भी अच्छा सवाल पूछा होगा, ठीक है? So gift can be anything. Maybe a coffee break, 30 minutes of your time, or maybe some of your food stuffs. Whatever you feel comfortable. ठीक है? So quickly, what gift that you would like to give to them?
अच्छा, impromptu. यानी आप जो मांगेंगे देते हैं.
Depends on who's asking the question.
हम आपको हमारे साथ काम करने का मतलब इंटर्नशिप या फुल टाइम जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी दे देंगे. आपके लिए कोई रोल ढूंढ लेंगे हम नॉर्मली.
Wonderful.
I'll be happy to spend 1 hour mentoring you for whatever business idea or whatever you are working on. We'll be happy to contribute my time and guide you how can you take it forward.
1 hour and a packet of healthy mints.
By asking right questions. अगर तुमने अच्छे questions पूछे, so they will choose the winner. Or else, if you don't ask, by default, me and Pavitra, we are the winners. So you don't want we to win, ठीक है? So it has to be a conversation. ये monologue नहीं है यहाँ पे आके बात करेंगे और चले जाएंगे घर पे, वो नहीं करना है. It has to be a dialogue. It has to be a conversation out there, ठीक है? एक quickly हम लोग एक common question लेंगे because of the marketing side of it, what all we do, and then we'll open up for networking. और फिर बल्कि तुम्हारे भी questions होंगे, ठीक है? Cool. Just due to the theme of the questions, like we'd all like to know like what has changed. Of course, pre-Shark and post-Shark. But in terms of your marketing strategies, what has changed actually? क्या पहले क्या करते थे and what was working for you, and eventually what was working for you? So new things and old things in terms of how you are scaling your startup respectively to your marketing. Okay, and उसकी key insights. So maybe 2 to 3 minutes of answer from each.
So my company is relatively new. It's been less than 3 years, and we've been on the market for almost 2 years now. So marketing, when you think about it, before I started, I used to think it's just advertising. You put in money. If I put in 100 rupees, I'll get 500 rupees out of it in terms of revenue. But throughout the course of these last 2.5, 3 years, I figured out that marketing has 3 main aspects in a descending order of importance. First is your product itself. That is the biggest marketing agent for you. If it is a good product, it's a good marketing agent. If it's a bad product, it's a bad marketing agent. That's very simple. Pricing, everything is included in that. The second, for me, especially in a product-based business, where my average product size is probably 2,000 rupees and not close to 100 rupees, is customer service. customer service, whatever the customer asks you to do, you help them with it. And I personally try to do as much customer service as possible because it helps me stay connected with my buyers and even potential buyers. Whatever problems they have, I'm the first person to get to know about that. And whatever good feedback they have, I'm again the first person to know about that as well. And then the third most important thing for me is advertising, which you spend money on that, and then you whatever revenue. It's very simple. It's a strategy that you try to form around that. So the first two categories don't take money as much. They take your time. And if you're willing to put in that amount of time to make your product perfect and to make your customer service an incredible experience, then it will do 90% of the marketing for you. So that is the most important thing to remember, rather than Facebook ads, Google ads, and Amazon sponsored ads. So those are my few takes on marketing.
So, pre-Shark Tank, initially when we started, it was a very raw business. We'd actually organically go to these, societies, and we'd take stuff in our car. We had a small Alto back then, and we used to take, approximately 200 to 300 kgs of atta in our car, and we used to just distribute it around in different societies. Up until to a certain point, in 2021, when we started getting the reach out of it. This was pre-Shark Tank. Pre-Shark Tank, we were able to do 5,000 customers just by doing all of this. Going to events. We, ate Dorabjis and their founders had for approximately a year or two for us to finally get into it, and many retail stores like that. But post Shark Tank, what happened was we were put upon a certain limelight. We started to understand what our niche was, which we already knew. But then, the MBA jargons of actually understanding what a consumer is, who our consumer is, why he's our consumer, right? Why he loves to buy atta from us, why would he buy atta again from us, and stuff like that. So we did a little research on all of this thing to make our D2C better, right? And we're doing fairly okay on D2C now, and we are using the same strategy on other quick commerces. We've recently started with Blinkit, and hopefully soon we'll be on other quick commerces like Zepto, Big Basket, Hyperlocal, and all of that. So this was a little bit of our journey from doing organic marketing to now, getting into all of this replenishment and customer servicing and all of that. This was all fairly new to us. So we had a lot of mixed reviews also initially. We were learning how to deal with bad experiences of a customer. We understood that contributes to marketing too. A good word spread across is also makes a lot of difference. So yeah, that's because that's initially how we gained customers. It was through word of mouth. And oh yeah, so she used to do a lot of free sample distribution too. So that also helped. Oh yeah.
Yes. When I started my business, I did not have much money for spending, marketing, or this and that. So what I used to do, I used to post on Facebook, and that too early in the morning, so that whenever people get up, it normally happens these days, women are working, so they generally forget, and their maids, they remind them, madam aaj aata khatam ho gaya, and they forget obviously because of workload and all. So subah I observed many ladies, they used to message me, "Arey Sangeeta, acha hua yaad dina hai." And I used to, until today, I am following the same, but of course now I have changed the timings. Earlier I used to post by 4 o'clock in the morning. Now I have started posting by between 11 p.m. to 1 after midnight. So this is still going on, and those who are coming, like my products are there in different retail stores. There I'm asking the storekeeper to provide them free samples, those who are buying Ashirwad or some other attas, and they all are like gradually becoming my customers. So this is the way how I try to market my products. Thank you so much.
For us, while we started, we, as ma'am said, we didn't have budgets to spend on marketing. And उस वक्त भी what worked for us was the networks and the referrals. So you know, वो जो compound हुआ है, till date, there's a very minimal amount we're spending on marketing because everything right from our networks, you know, my and Saurav's network, while we used to be present on such events, interact with the college directors, deans, they helped us get referred to other colleges, and then our agreements and partnerships with these colleges really helped us a lot to scale. So, according to me, what I would say is when you being a startup, you keep aside some budget for marketing. That budget will always keep on growing with time. जब आप scale करोगे, तो तब से लेके अब तक हमने marketing के लिए कोई budget assign ही नहीं किया. We have like nearly 3,600 ambassadors pan India working, and even there we running India-wide campaigns for some cool top brands. So वहाँ पे I would say all that has worked for us so far is our college tie-ups, our networks with the directors, deans in colleges, the reference, and that really helps you a lot. So marketing, now we being like a very young crowd, a young community, what we have decided कि जब तक creativity खत्म नहीं होगी हमारी, जब तक we don't list down 20 ideas where we can market our product without even spending a penny, we won't lose hope. जब समझ आ गया कि creativity kill हो गई है, अब कोई innovative ideas भी नहीं आ रहे, then we start spending on marketing. So we have this principle. Once you are in the organization, bring out all the creative ideas you can. Write 20 ideas for every problem that you face, और उसको market करने के 20 solutions. And I think that's how it will work for even any of the problems you'll have. So that's how it has worked for us so far. Yeah.
Super, Rafi. I think you mentioned it so well. And since you touched upon the topic of how a startup founder can do marketing with limited budgets, because trust me, whatever situation you start in, you'll always have very limited budget when it comes to marketing, and how much ever you spend, it's always less. So it's very important for us as founders to come up with innovative ways, with creative ways, wherein we can leverage few things which doesn't require much of money. So while she talked about references and network, I would like to highlight on another aspect which I always strongly believe in is creating your own personal brand as a founder. Because see, people buy from people. Okay, they don't buy from brands or they won't buy from business. So as a startup founder, it's very important for us to be out there on social media, whichever platform you prefer. Share your journey, share your story, share your achievements, failures, and that personal brand that you're able to create for yourself. There are a lot of people who will be able to connect with you, relate with you, want to contribute to your journey. So that is another wonderful way. And see, marketing doesn't mean that it will always impact your sales. Marketing, when you're marketing your brand or you're marketing yourself, it's about fundraising, it's about getting appointment with an important person, it's about getting connected with some resourceful people out there. So when you're creating your personal brand, it actually helps you multifold beyond your sales as well. So it's very important suggestion I would want to give to all that as a founder, you must have your own identity also beyond the brand identity. Because creating a brand identity is a very expensive process, but creating a personal identity for a founder is not expensive. Yes, it is time consuming. It requires a lot of your thought process to be articulated and put out there very authentically. But the kind of results we can get from that, I think that adds up a lot in the long term. So, yeah.
I think I can say it for all my colleagues and even the other startup founders, when the tough when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So, you always find ways and means to kind of ride those tough times and find avenues to grow your business. So in our case, we've tried to make sure that we've divided and try to increase the revenue streams so that we're not over dependent on one. So try to go wider with the revenue streams, have B2B, B2C, D2C, corporate, all these things. We've employed specific strategies to make sure that we scale each and every vertical. So that is what we were trying to do earlier. Right now, what has happened post Shark Tank is that the scale has increased. Some doors have obviously opened up for us. But the main part is that since we were already doing this, it has kind of helped us elevate and increase the pace of our growth.
जैसे कि इनको देखा है तो शार्क टैंक के देख के पता चला कि कैसे करना है। जैसे भी हमारा भी हमने कोविड में घर से शुरू किया तो पता नहीं चलता था कि किसको बेचे। तो पहले हमने खुद को बेचा, यानी वाइफ ने बनाया, मैंने खाया, हमारे किड्स ने खाया, तो हमको अच्छा लगा, खुद को ही बेच दिया। पहला प्रोडक्ट हम खाएंगे तो अच्छा लगेगा। फिर हमने हमारे दोस्तों को आए थे उनको दिया, वो लेके गए, फिर उनके पड़ोसी मांगने लगे। ऐसा ऑर्गेनिकली धीरे धीरे वर्ड ऑफ माउथ से जाने लगा। बट इन्होंने जैसे बोला कि अगर प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी का है, प्रोडक्ट में दें, तो प्रोडक्ट इटसेल्फ बिकम्स अ मार्केटिंग चैनल फॉर अस। तो दिस इज आवर स्मॉल लर्निंग्स। थैंक यू। क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है कि क्वेश्चन ये है कि ये तो हो गया हमारा अपना अपना एक्सपीरियंस, पर ऐसी कोई व्यवस्था है या ऐसा कोई वे है कि ये छोटे लोग जैसे शार्क टैंक के माध्यम है, ऐसा इन स्टार्टअप लोगों का या कोई ऐसा माध्यम है कि जिनको कनेक्ट होके ये सारे स्टेजेस हमें आसानी से बताया जाए। जैसे फर्स्ट है, सेकंड है, फिफ्थ है, 10th है, 12th है, हमें पता नहीं, हमें ढूंढना पड़ता है। फिर इधर जाते हैं, उधर जाते हैं, धक्के खाते हैं, कोई इधर घुमाता है, उधर घुमाता है, फिर रास्ते पे आ जाते हैं।
नहीं, वो हार्ड वर्क तो हमेशा ही करना पड़ता है, कभी इजी नहीं होता है। मेरे को हमेशा लगता था कि इजी हो जाएगा आगे जाके, लेकिन नहीं हुआ अभी तक। तो फर्स्ट मंथ मैंने वो एक्सेल शीट पे बनाया था कि फर्स्ट मंथ ओके 50 सेल्स, नेक्स्ट मंथ 10% 20% ग्रोथ हो जाएगा, मंथ ऑन मंथ 20%, एंड आई रीच 5 crores मंथली रेवेन्यू इन मंथ नंबर 30 और समथिंग लाइक दैट। तो वो स्प्रेडशीट तो अभी तक काम नहीं किया मेरे लिए। सो फर्स्ट 100 प्रोडक्ट्स जो हैं, आई वाज इन स्कूल दैट टाइम, सो मैंने अपने स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल को जाके पिच किया था सबसे पहले कि आपको क्या लग रहा है इसके बारे में, वुड यू लाइक टू बाय दिस, आई हैव मेड दिस प्रोडक्ट, आई हैव वर्कड विद टीचर्स, एंड सो दैट्स वेयर आई गॉट माय फर्स्ट ऑर्डर फ्रॉम माय स्कूल प्रिंसिपल, एंड देन फ्रॉम माय टीचर्स एंड फ्रॉम माय क्लासमेट्स, उनके पेरेंट्स। वो किसको गिफ्ट करते हैं, तो जो जिनको गिफ्ट किया है उन्हें अच्छा लगा तो वो फिर मेरा पीछे कांटेक्ट नंबर पढ़ के मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज करते हैं। फिर वो एक सर्कल बढ़ गया। फिर हम लोग अमेज़न पे थे, अमेज़न पे भी यही सेम चीज होता है, बिकॉज आई वाज इन द टॉय इंडस्ट्री बिफोर फोकसिंग ऑन क्लास 9th and 12th, अभी भी टॉय है। सो उसमें किसी को पसंद आया, देन दे वो कांटेक्ट नंबर देखते हैं, मेरे को लिखते हैं या वेबसाइट पे आते हैं, and then that was the organic way that it grew even beyond my first circle whom I knew, and the second circle and the third circle as well. Then you of course have Amazon ads which you run, you sponsored ads on Facebook, and Facebook posting like you said, जिससे वो आपका growth है। तो that's, I won't talk too much, but that's how I grew.
So talking about early customers, जैसे सर आपने कहा कि घर पे ही खिलाया, वाइफ ने खाया, बच्चों ने खाया, तो जैसे मैम का प्रोडक्ट है शर्मा जी का आटा, the scene is when you actually make your family members, your friends, your early customers, I don't think वो सही आइडिया होता, because अपने तो अपने होते हैं और उनको सीड फंडिंग, फर्स्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट उठाने के लिए यूज करना चाहिए। एक्चुअली आपको आपके अर्ली कस्टमर्स उनको बताना चाहिए जिनका when you have like a competitor, जैसे शर्मा जी का आटा मैम का प्रोडक्ट है, she will have her early customers as Pillsbury और आशीर्वाद, because early customers मतलब जो उनके buyers हैं, because they will give her very brutal real feedback कि why are they using आशीर्वाद and why would they switch to her product. वहाँ से उनको अपने एक्टिव यूजर्स और अपने रिटेंशन के भी बारे में पता चलेगा कि मैम का जो प्रोडक्ट है वो कितना मंथ्स लॉन्ग यूज कर रहे हैं लोग एंड आर दे स्विचिंग बैक टू आशीर्वाद. इफ यस, what was the flaw in her product that they switched back to Ashirvad. So you need to, your early customers need to be your competitive customer, not your apne. Use them for your seed stage funding. उनको investor बनाओ, उनको customer मत बनाओ. So I have done that. That's my probably feedback on this. So that can help me.
फाउंडर को एक सेल्समैन अच्छा होना जरूरी होता है, लेकिन एक सेल्समैन बनने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है और क्या करना चाहिए?
पहले धक्के खाने पड़ते हैं. There is no substitute for that. For example, I'll give you our case. 2021 lockdown just चालू हो रहा था. We were just launching our product in retail. I was down completely with COVID. Pranav, who's not a natural salesperson, he's more of a product guy, back-end guy. He went to the shop, all the shops, और सबने धक्के मारे. सबने किया, 10-15 लोगों ने नहीं बोला, but एक somebody said yes. So that's how you need to just keep knocking on doors all the time, because you have to be an eternal optimist. That is the underlying basis of sales.
It took 2 years to get onboarded at Dorabji's. तो मैं बार जाती थी, मुझे वहाँ से वो भगा देते थे. हाँ, क्योंकि हमारा नाम नहीं था, हमारा ब्रांड का नाम नहीं था. एंड ये यूज्ड टू से, नहीं मैडम हमारे यहाँ रैक में जगह नहीं है. तो 2 साल से आपके यहाँ जगह कैसे नहीं खाली हुई? तो मैंने बहुत ट्राई किया और एक दिन फाइनली मुझे मतलब एक राइट पर्सन रैक पे उनका कोई एम्प्लॉई है, मिस्टर हुनेफा, who looks after this, and वो मेरी तकदीर उस दिन I could meet him that day. और this is how मेरा 2 साल की तपश्चर्या पूरी हुई. और उसके पहले मैं फ्ली मार्केट्स में अपने प्रोडक्ट सेल करती थी, बट मुझे पता है कोई गेहूं का आटा फ्ली मार्केट में nobody would buy. तो मैं what I used to outsource premixes, ढोकला और इसके, and I used to give free samples to the customers who are buying those premixes from me. और मुझे पता है कि वहाँ से मुझे फिर से ऑर्डर्स आने लगे. एक इवेंट हमने साथ में किया था योगेश सर के साथ. सर ट्रस्ट में मेरे 111 कस्टमर्स एक दिन के इवेंट में कल्याणी स्कूल से हुए. सो मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी एक ये भी, और एक थोड़ा सा मीठा बोलना, एक्सेप्टिंग द क्रिटिसिज्म, क्योंकि वो हमारी बेहतरी के लिए अच्छे होते हैं. यही है सेल्समैन की निशानी. आप बनिए की दुकान में जाइए, आपकी कितनी में अमेज़न चल रही है, कितनी भी, बट वो रास्ते का जो आपकी मोहल्ले का जो बनिया है उसकी दुकान खाली नहीं रहती. ही इज ऑलवेज बिजी. सी द वे ही इज मार्केटिंग, वी शुड लर्न फ्रॉम देम. सी टेक्नोलॉजी बाद में आई है, और बिजनेस के जो हमारे पुराने तरीके हैं, ट्रेडिशनल तरीके हैं, कहीं कहीं हमको रास्ते वहाँ भी ढूंढने पड़ेंगे. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई है तो इंस्टाग्राम है, ये है, वो है. बस सी हाउ आर दे अर्निंग, व्हाई आर दे अर्निंग सो मच इन स्पाइट ऑफ इतने सारे हमारे पास होम डिलीवरी और इसके ऑप्शंस हैं, पर वो खाली नहीं है वो लोग. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स वी शुड फॉलो. हेलो.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. This is Janvi Yadav, Bravo 15. So my question was from Kirti, ma'am. Ma'am, there are other juice machine brands out there, but their name are very generic. So they can include other items in their product line. But now your name is also very innovative. But when you are naming it cane bot, so you are limiting your product to just sugar cane. Now taking Karan sir's example. So he is healthy binge. So whatever we're binging on is going to be healthy.
So he can release different products. In Sharma ji ka atta, it is very generic. We can release different atta. But cane bot, if in future you want to expand your business, that is the ultimate goal, right? So if you want to release different products, different juice machines, so how are you going to manage that?
That's a wonderful question. I'm going to spend 1 hour with you for asking this question. That's a question. So please feel free to reach out to me for whenever, whatever kind of help you want from me. So see, there are two types of business strategies. There are brands who specialize in one product. Coca-Cola makes only Coca-Cola. Pepsi makes only Pepsi. Okay. And then there are brands which make a variety of products because it's a whole lot of category. So as a founder, we have to choose which route we want to go. Do we want to specialize and be known for one product, or do we want to cater to 10 different things, right? And you can say
300 में एक होता है कहीं तो आगे
ये होपलेस है, ये इंपोजिशन है ना, पूरे के पूरा पुणे का भी होपलेस है और प्रोडक्ट है $250 billion मार्केट को टारगेट कर रहा है, इतना अच्छा मार्केट ये है, सब समझ में आ रहा है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है।
So we are seeing a lot of posts about Shark Tank India, negative posts that Shark Tank is fraud or not good things are happening at Shark Tank. So what do you think based on your experience that you have been on Shark Tank India, how do you look at these comments and do you think there is any concrete,
So if things have worked out for you, you will say positive things. If they haven't, you'll say negative things. So
yes, राकेश जी एक सवाल है आपसे। इनिशियल डेज में आपने कॉलेज को वैसे अप्रोच किया इवेंट में?
So I'd say while I belong to Cummins College, I had a very good network of supportive I'd say directors or faculties, and I think वही नेटवर्क आपका काफी ज्यादा काम आता है। एक हाँ थोड़ा कमेंट्स जिसको यहाँ पे काफी लोग हरियाली बोलते हैं पुणे की, वो है। So being a Cummins crowd, I always had some sort of leverage to get into other colleges like CIP, VIT, MIT and say that I am a Cummins College student and this is what we built and this is what we can do for your college. तो वो वर्क करता है। I would say Saurabh comes from a good background जहाँ पे we got in touch with the Karad team and then they took us forward. CIP में Ahuja sir, he helped us a lot. Plus we were incubated in house UAP, तो उसका भी काफी ज़्यादा impact पड़ता है। So the pedigree you carry from the initial days of your startup, that really helps you a lot. So and one more thing, like in 2019 we did this Khelo India का event था, तो वहाँ पे we helped them create the app. Like we all 4 college students we got together, we helped them. So we got awarded by the chief government of Maharashtra, education ministry. तो वो सारा taglines हमें बहुत आया है to get into colleges. So that really helps.
Namaste, this is Advocate Gosle. I'm also a journalist. So this is not related to startups or what you are doing in your business, but there's a tussle on social media that we see that who is the best shark. And this is on screen that we watch, but we all have interacted with them personally. So who do you think is the best shark in the ocean of the startup ecosystem?
ये हमारे लिए हम सबके लिए एक क्वेश्चन होगा कि मम्मी या पापा, तो हम तो इसका जवाब नहीं दे पाएंगे। और एक्चुअली वो भी होता है ना कि जो इन्वेस्टर ने आपकी स्टार्टअप में इन्वेस्ट कर दिया वो बेस्ट है। तो
पीछे वालों को मौका दे दे।
strategies, you need to start with the right market research, right? So I just wanted to know what were the first steps that you all took towards your market research, whether it was a service-based or a product-based form.
So we actually did a lot of sampling initially before launching, and to do a market research, we had different set of questionnaires which we have, and we gave it to various sections of society in different areas across geographies to understand parameters upon various things what we have kind of developed in-house. So that is it's a very good question. For new companies, product-based companies who are starting off, it is the most important step because it can, save you a lot of time if you are going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. So we're actually starting with a focus group kind of an approach right now because my mom's going to be launching 3 new artists. One is a healthy art, diabetic, protein rich. So we're actually sitting along with a lot of people discussing, giving trials and all of that. So any of you, if any of your interns you want to come and work with us on this, we'd be more happy. हम लोग है अभी वो स्टेज में तो
मेरा नाम कृष्ण गौर है और मेरा क्वेश्चन है संगीता जी को और प्राणों से बिफोर शार्क टैंक यू माइट आपने कितनी मेहनत करी, आपने इनोवेटिव मार्केटिंग कैसे, वो सब हम लोग ने देखा है। और तो शार्क टैंक के पहले आपका कुछ एम होगा कि हम लोग इतना बड़ा बिजनेस करेंगे, पूना में करेंगे, और शार्क टैंक के बाद में हो सकता है कि आपका एम और बड़ा हो गया होगा और आप उसके लिए कैसे खुद को प्रिपेयर करें।
So my mom and I, we started the business in a very dire situation of finances, right? We were actually pretty dry back then, so we were looking at everything that we could sell to make money. So we started even selling things like papad and achar and all of that, and masalas basically. So one day my mom came up to me and told me, look, when we sell a masala, it takes 3 months for the customer to come back to us and buy more, right? So we need to start working on something that is a everyday thing and which sells fast. And we have kind of like a medical history back at home where my father's a heart patient and my brother was also medically ill for a very long time. So my mom wanted to make healthy stuff for us back at home, and she started with atta. So we, again, same thing that someone said, we gave it to our friends, the word of mouth spread. We live in a township of approximately 14,000 people. So people it just became like a domino thing, we started with just two machines and we're doing pretty well now. We're manufacturing 8 to 9 tons of atta every day. So that was, I hope I answered your question.
No, my question is like for the further roadmap, how you are preparing yourself?
We're just trying to be more operationally resilient for now. So when we were small at scale, we did a lot of mistakes which we understood now. So we're trying to set up SOPs which we didn't have prior to this. We're trying to get into the whole area sales management and all of those things, like how a company basically works, but at a ground level. So that when we scale, it's easier for us to get up the hierarchy and take it forward. Now did I answer it?
Yeah, thank you.
So sir, almost I think सारे questions तो cover हो ही गए. So this was the most important question जो हमें सारे students की रियायत से मिल रहा था कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे marketeers हैं, बहुत सारे aspiring marketeers हैं जो आप लोगों के साथ काम करना चाहते हैं. So how can they approach you for live projects and internships? LinkedIn. Okay. So through eSale ID or through their personal ID? Sure. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I think everything is covered.
आपको Amazon से कितना % सेल आता है और Amazon पे नंबर 1 होने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा?
बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, हम लोग बाद में बात कर सकते हैं, but just to give you an idea, you need to own a niche on Amazon. It's a very, very big ocean, but you need to own a niche and scale it from there. There are a lot of things, logistics, FBA management, keyword targeting, stock taking, lot of things which are there. But one thing which I would advise companies to do is not to go wide, but own a few keywords and be the best seller for that.
don't stop experimenting. Very important.
Patience and maintaining good quality.
Having the right people on board.
It's important to communicate your purpose and stay true to it.
Having a good team and having fun basically along the journey.
One failed experiment in terms of marketing that you could say कि यार तुमने सोचा था कि यार ये तो चल जाएगा, people will work, this channel would have worked out, this would be हो ही जाएगा, but it doesn't turn out to be that way. Or you have some important insights or learning in that channel. ऐसा कुछ incident है technology in your journey?
Yeah, so we gave out a lot of free samples and that doesn't guarantee conversion. So, you know, we always have this thought process, we saw the marketing में डालेंगे तो 500 आएगा. It's actually the reverse. And it takes time.
So, if you want to, end for the amazing college, amazing marketers, upcoming budding entrepreneurs at the same time, क्या लगता है कि आप लोगों को as a startup founder, marketing skills में क्या चीजें ध्यान रखनी है? तो क्या चीजें उनको ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए for the young generation out there? They're becoming a marketer.
I'd say that one suggestion I would want to give is be prepared to put in a lot of work. There's no shortcut to success. And to be out with open mind. I mean, you all are young, you all have a lot of fresh ideas. And when you go and work with startups or some corporates, be open, understand how you can combine both the energies, your young energies with their experience thought process, and try to create your own niche, your own specialization, because in the long run, that is what is going to help you boost your career.
I would say, in terms of marketing, look at the big picture. If you've been told to work by your founder in a specific area, don't just focus on that. Look at what is going around in the product development or the customer service or the logistics aspects, so that you can incorporate that into marketing as well. Don't just look at the specific domain that you're focused on.
One thing in your startup journey that you realize later on, but you have made some mistake from the way. Yeah, like ऐसा नहीं करना है. I did the wrong way. So something that mistakes or some examples that you like, okay, ये गलती को भी मत करो. Maybe in your initial journey. Okay, of course there will be lot, but maybe few key.
So there are multiple strategies. There's no one right strategy, right? The first thing that someone can do is scale in multiple geos before scaling in one particular geo, right? So right now, so we did that mistake, and we're now focusing on scaling in one region, which is Maharashtra, and then taking it other. Although we are pan-India, we are going to be focusing on the western region first and then moving on. So I think that.
One mistake I would say, don't raise money when you don't need it. And time your fundraisers very well. ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपको अगले महीने पैसे लगेंगे और आप आज रेज करना स्टार्ट करें. So time it really well and don't raise when you don't need it.
One learning I would want to add, which actually came to us from Shark Tank, was don't try to do too many things at the same time. Be focused on one thing, because when you put focus, that's when things scale. So you cannot, as a founder, we tend to get tempted कि ये भी कर लो, I can do everything because that's the way I can generate more revenue. In our case, it's the same raw material, so I can have sugarcane juice in packaged form, and I can also build the machine. But one of the very strong feedback and important learnings that we got from Shark Tank was it's important to focus on one market, one product, and try to build that up successfully, and then diversify into other products. So that's very important lesson we have learned.
What the customer is thinking.
What the investors thinking. What the investors thinking.
Good team, very important.
I would say being able to know what's going on, like being updated with the market, like everything. That
वाली कंपटीशन खत्म हो जाए बस वही मेहर है।
एक क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं निकले अपने प्रोडक्ट का।
छुट्टी नहीं है, ब्रेक नहीं है, सेकंड पैनल ठीक है, तो कोई बाहर नहीं निकलेगा ठीक है, हम लोग भी यहाँ पे खड़े हैं, तुम लोग भी यहाँ पे बैठे रहो, there are no breaks right now, so please give a huge round of applause in welcoming second panel right now. She will also invite Saloni, Melinda,
Everyone's burning out with questions, but I'm sure you'll each get your opportunity in the second panel for today. The second panel has the topic Building Scalable Startups Scaling from 1 to 10x, which is moderated by Mr. Amit Chavan and our SIMS ESL coordinator, Ms. Anjali Swami. Introductions have already been made, but let me take this opportunity to introduce our panel once again. We have Mr. Pranav Korke, co-founder at the Healthy Bench, Mr. Milind Datar, co-founder at Canebot, Mr. Pranav Sharma, director at Sharma Ji Ka Aata, Mr. Saurabh Manglulkar, founder at Eventleaf, Mr. Yogesh Shinde, founder of Bamboo India, Ms. Sloni Gambhir, founder at Very Much Indian, Mr. Saisharan Gandhi, founder at Meteor, and last but not the least, Mr. Jaivan Patil, founder at Humpy Farms. The stage is yours.
Cool. I hope I'm audible to everyone. मुझे थोड़ा सा अलग से ट्रीटमेंट दिया है after looking at the experience from Malo's panel. Welcome all. Of course, big audience and the big panel. बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम तो नहीं दिया गया मुझे तो एटलीस्ट, तो we'll keep it very short to start with. आधे तो स्टार्टअप हम सबको पता है पहले शार्क टैंक से, हमने सारी स्टोरीज देख ली है, हम सबको पता है how they reached there, what has happened, how it has happened, right? Everyone saw that. Audience के questions यहाँ पे भी चलने वाले हैं. My personal request to everyone is keep it short, keep it simple, and questions पूछो. बाकी networking में everyone is available, right? No one is in hurry today. उनको available करके लाए हम लोग, तो सब कुछ सब हर कोई available है आपके लिए. So let's start with introduction. Let's keep it small and maybe something that you really want to mention and let the audience know about you and your startup. With you, maybe Mike. Yes.
Hello everybody. First of all, I'm really glad to see such a young talent sitting here. Absolutely fantastic to be here in the middle of all. I am Sloni Gambhir and I am a founder of brand Very Much Indian. For me, social impact was the prime key, where we have a very strong viewer community, and with that viewer community, we have started this brand. Started with 30 viewers, now we have 700 plus viewers on board, and we have saris or fabrics of around 8 states of India, and we are growing. So thank you so much.
Great.
Hello all. My name is Jaivan Patil. I am the co-founder and CEO of Humpy Farms. I am an engineer turned organic farmer turned entrepreneur. It's been 13 years now. I have been doing organic farming. It was as a side hustle along with my IT job. But 6 years back, I left that to form Humpy Farms with very clear problems that I have faced during my 5 years of farming. So we become knowledge partner to the farmers to help them how to grow crops in a climate smart organic manner, and we connect these farmers to the conscious community of urban consumers who are health conscious and who understand the value of good food and what they are eating. So it's an online channel, and our hero product is Indian cows A2 milk and A2 products, and apart from that, everything that a family needs. So our aim is to become a family farmer of a family, wherein Humpy Farm should become a one-stop trusted brand for families to have anything and everything that they need from AM to PM. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Milind Datar and I am the co-founder of Canebot.
We are into food robotics, and we have built something very interesting, as Kirti would have already told. We have built India's first fresh sugarcane juice smart robotic vending machine, which is one of its kind innovation. And our sole purpose is to make sugarcane juice as a lifestyle beverage where people can take pride when they consume the sugarcane juice, like they post photos when they go to Starbucks, okay? We would love people to post photos on the social media when they have sugarcane juice, make it an aspirational drink. And if you talk about a larger vision, we wish to see sugarcane juice becoming the national drink of India.
Hi everyone, my name is Saurabh Magrokar. I'm the founder at Wendy. I was just a student just like you 2 years ago, looking at panel pitches just like how you are right now. Eventy is a students community platform. The goal is कि हर college को IIT से भी बेहतर बनाना है. We are now 10 lakh student plus community, and more than I think what is we want to change the entire Indian education system. How colleges are being worked right now, we want to change it entirely. We want to make sure all of you are the best talent out there in the world. So that's what we're doing at VNP, and great, happy to be here.
Hi everyone, my name is Sai. I am co-founder at Meteor. Meteor is a D2C brand where we deliver odorless free-range eggs across Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, across these geos. We partner with farms, we develop farms, and then we have a special patented product that is free-range odorless eggs, and then we deliver it to our products across these cities. And looking at a longer vision, we want to be in tier 1 as well as in tier 2 cities, and become the only brand in egg industry. Thank you so much.
Suprabhat. My name is Yogesh. I'm the founder of a company called as Bamboo India. So Bamboo India is a mission. So it's a social entrepreneurship where we just want to replace plastic with bamboo products. So we started with bamboo toothbrush, bamboo earbuds, and there are lots of products. So we just want to make sure that whatever you see plastic, including these plastic bottles, one day we want to replace with bamboo so that it will be doing the complete circular economy, the farmers along with the customers, because we are stuck into the foreign brands, right? So we are just, even the British left India, but still our mind is occupied by lots of foreign brands, and we are feeling very proud. So we just want to make create a brand which is an Indian, and everybody should be proud of choosing that brand, which will help direct to consumers, the ecosystem, and the complete circular economy. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this is Pranav Korke. I'm the co-founder of Healthy Binge and also the CEO. So Karan already mentioned that we make millet-based healthy snacks. Right now we are focusing on chips. However, again in the pipeline we have got certain more products coming again, and the whole idea is make binging healthy. So that's the whole concept of the Healthy Binge.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for the introduction. So topic for the panel is building startup. We're not talking about any particular segment here. We're talking startup as a whole. And we are interested to know scalability of the startup. That's what we are here for. Everyone market size is different, right? Everyone is solving a different problem statement. So the market size is different. I would like to know from each one of you, what do you think in your journey? Have you crossed 0 to 1? Or you are yet to be from 0 to 1? If you have crossed 0 to 1, what does the next journey look like for you as a startup, as a company? Maybe start with Healthy Binge.
So the Healthy Binge, probably just before the Shark Tank, we are just getting into the growth stage. So the one was reached. Again, it's I would say still we are in the stages wherein we are still growing. So yeah, I mean, that's what your question was. So we are in the growth stage right now, and hopefully working towards
So
getting.
what's the journey look like in terms of growth that you are looking at after it's 0 to 1?
After 0 to 1, I mean, yes, always you have to have that vision that you want to be a certain scaled brand and things like that. But the vision, short-term vision is, get to a stage wherein we are at least around 100 CR brand within the next 3 to 4 years, and possible if done right. I mean, that's the whole game. So yeah, working on that.
It was started idea in 2015. So I was nothing to lose that time because it is complete fresh market. No one was aware of that kind of a product like bamboo toothbrush, especially. So we started with that time our vision definitely as a youngster you always want to become a billionaire as soon as possible, right? But when we started, we realized it's not only about the money, so we changed our targets. So the idea which was having in 2015, so today we sold more than 2 crore bamboo toothbrushes, which converted into, we saved around 39 lakh kilogram plastic waste to come to the market. So that is the biggest thing. So, and the journey begins, like it is an innovative product, it's appeal to the masses, but still we have lots of challenges to make them as a mainstream product, because at first time or second time people always tend to fascinated by the product, a new product here, and then but after some time it is challenge for us today also. So yeah, we are trying our best, but yeah, this is the journey so far. Yeah, thank you.
My journey started in COVID, where we were doing a family business. It was a poultry farm, and during COVID hit, as you remember, everything was shut off, and मुर्गी तो अंडा रोज देगी, उसे कोई नहीं रोक सकता. So we were sitting at the farm and deciding what to do with those eggs in the back of the truck, because nobody is going to take it because of the mall shutdown and all. So that's when video started, and the start was one actually. It was not the zero, because getting the idea in hands was the first thing we did. And once we focused on diversifying our dependencies over these brands, then we started Meteor. And after starting Meteor, we gave our 110%, I guess, till date, and brought it to this stage, and we are still growing. In terms of number, I think we can make it a 100 crore revenue per month brand, because we do have a good market size. But yes, the market is yet to be approached yet. Yes. Thank you so much.
Great. So it's been a journey. We started as a college student. पहले तो ये figure out करना कि app use करना है कि नहीं. So we started with a survey. Form बांटे गए बच्चों को कि will you use our events app. Then everyone said yes कि अगर आप ऐसा कोई app बनाओगे तो हम use करेंगे. 1000 बच्चों ने बोला कि करेंगे. Then we built the app. It took us 6 months to build the app, और हमने बनाया और हमने दिया बच्चों को. किसी ने यूज नहीं किया. So then it was a journey to figure out first कि यार बच्चे ऐप यूज कैसे करेंगे. So couple of years went into figuring out how will they use the app. Then there was a journey. Now people are started to use the app. They are also referring students. Before Shark Tank, students started referring other friends कि यार use कर लो app. So that was a good thing. Now we're at a journey wherein we're focusing on growth. So we're looking to add more 10 lakh students on our platform. So it's been a journey. Another thing that you need to understand when you're building a company, there is no end. Sports hai, football match, 0-1 score war, match khatam. There are a lot of things in life jahan pe there's end, but with companies there is no end. First is कि चलो funding उठानी है, that's one. Funding उठाने के बाद we realize, oh shit, there's so much more to go. So there is no end when you get into a company. There is always something to look up to. Maybe your role as a founder will change. You will become a director. You will stop working. But company, there is no end. You need to understand there is that vision, and it will always go. So yeah. That's where we are at now.
So 0 to 1 you crossed. What do you think?
Yes, so we have crossed 0 to 1. Now we're focusing on growth. Students have started using the app. The goal is now to grow the app altogether.
Well, our journey started with a very simple thought that if someone can pick up a cup of coffee and make a brand like a Starbucks or a CCD, why nobody has ever thought about sugarcane juice? After all, it's a very healthy product. It's a cultural drink and it has a lot of medicinal properties. So that was kind of a blue ocean strategy. We found a very big untapped potential. But the biggest challenge was, though sugarcane juice has been sold in our country for decades or centuries, it has been unorganized. So the biggest challenge was trying to organize it into an industry or create a brand out of it. So it was like creating a category in itself. And yes, that was the 0 point when we started, and we sold more than almost close to 3 million glasses of fresh sugarcane juice. So that was the journey from 0 to 1. But then by the time we reached that figure, COVID happened. And actually, many people were devastated with COVID, so were we. Our business, like we were getting a turnover of almost 2.5 crores on an annual basis. But then with COVID, overnight we came down to 0. So what 0 to 1 journey we have already done, but then again we came back to 0. And that's where we thought that yes, possibly COVID is a blessing in disguise. And we said, yes, this is the time for us to pivot, because anyways we were facing challenges in scaling it from 1 to infinity or 1 to 100 in that model. And since COVID came, we got enough time at hand to leverage technology to build something which could become extremely scalable. So with what we have built now, this machine just takes 15 square feet of space. It's a plug and play model. It doesn't require manpower except for putting the product, the sugarcane sticks inside. Rest, it is completely autonomous, including the cleaning mechanism. This is one of a kind machine in the entire world rather. So now the scaling aspect, we are ready with the product and we would be doing a commercial launch very soon. Once that happens, scaling ideally would become a little bit easier. I mean, definitely it's an easy journey, but it has become a little easy since we have leveraged technology.
Yeah, so I know we are going to be talking about how do we actually take it from 1 to 10. And 0 to 1, 1 to 10 is very relative for every company. For us, it was a very organic journey, not just because I am doing organic farming, but for first 5 years, as in when I started my career in IT, in 1.5 years itself, I started feeling vacuum. I was completely convinced that this is not something I'll be able to pull off for the rest of my life. But I was clueless. If not this, then what else? And I happened to spend 2 years with Dr. Abhay Bang and Rani Bang in Gadchiroli with their initiative called Nirman. I don't know how many of you know about them, but people who don't know about them, I urge you to Google about their work. It's amazing. And that has actually, sown the seed and increased my inclination into farming and organic farming. That's when I started farming along with my job. Seniors from my company at that point in time helped me with my Friday off. So I used to spend 3 days on the farm, and then the rest of the time I was selling cyber security product to the world as a sales guy. And one fine day, the founder of that startup, that cyber security startup, he actually assigned one account to me, which is one of the greatest chemical fertilizers company in India. And I was like in a fix that, on one side I'm promoting organic farming, on the other side I'm actually working for this company. And I took this confusion and I went to meet him, and then he said, why don't you start something where your heart lies? And that was the time when the seed of entrepreneurship or coming out with a business model out of whatever the side hustle as a hobby I was doing for 5 years started. And that's how Humpy Farm started. So 0 to 1, I don't know. For us, it's like, I saw a problem of a farmer. As a farmer, I wasn't getting predictable income and fair price for my produce. And all the farmers around us were facing the same problem. And I was also the part of the urban consumer community at that time. In our lives, in everyone's life, such events comes at different stages where we start thinking consciously about our health. What are we eating? Is it good for us or not? So such events happen in my life at that point in time as well. So the consumers at large were also facing this problem that everybody understands the importance of the good food, but market is so noisy. Everybody is claiming to be organic and into there is a great trust deficit between the suppliers and the consumers. So I saw that gap and we started. It's been 6 years now. We started with 62 liters on first day. Now we are selling 20,000 liters every day. We have expanded recently to Delhi NCR as well. And we are working, I started with 17 farmers. Now we are almost 423 farmers across Maharashtra. And yeah, our goal is, you know, yes, of course, vanity metrics are extremely important. Your top line, your bottom line, what's the market share that you're going to be taking across. But I guess the most important thing is why you have started the business is very important. And maybe subsequently, if I get a chance, I would like to talk more about that. But we are actually aligning our whys with our whats and hows. Yeah, thank you.
So hope people are not sleeping on the last one. So I'll make the journey a little easier and thoda eye-opening for you. Hindi mein baat karungi. I'm an engineer and MBA by profession. I was in communications and marketing for 12 years. After 12 years, all of a sudden एक दिन हुआ कि HR आए. HR ने बोला पूरी marketing team खत्म. Because company has been taken over by some other company. तो ये इसके साथ मेरे को सबसे अच्छी बात ये है कि हमें 3 महीने की सैलरी मिली, ठीक है, PF के साथ. तो वो थी हमारी स्टार्ट ऑफ द जर्नी. देयर द जर्नी बिगन एंड आई हैड माय रूट्स इन टेक्सटाइल ऑलरेडी. तो 25 साड़ी के साथ वो PF का पैसा डाला और जो 3 महीने की सैलरी दी थी निकाल के हमको, आई स्टार्टेड माय बिजनेस. स्टार्टेड द बिजनेस, जॉइंड अ स्मॉल बिजनेस ग्रुप. वहाँ जहाँ से हमें रेफरेंस आते थे कि many people are sitting here, so I would definitely promote, go join, do networking, join business groups. This will give you bigger references, lot of leverage you can have, and you can develop your base का customer base. जो मेरे ख्याल से सबसे tedious होता है कि वो initial few customers acquire करना, तो वो ये छोटे छोटे groups में acquire हो जाता है. तो when you do your networking strong, तो उसके साथ मैंने जर्नी शुरू की. फिर एक फ्री की वो कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म पे हमने अपनी वेबसाइट बनाई. एंड कोविड डिसएडवांटेज, हियर कोविड एडवांटेज. पीपल स्टार्टेड वर्किंग, बाइंग ऑनलाइन. तो 15 लाख से 25 लाख से कोविड में 60 लाख, फिर 1.5 करोड़, 2.5 करोड़, आज 4 करोड़. थैंक यू सो मच गाइस. वीवर्स हैव बीन सुपर सपोर्ट. हमने आइडेंटिफाई किया कि वीवर्स को क्या इश्यूज है और कस्टमर को क्या इशू है. सो देयर वाज अ क्वालिटी इशू इन बिटवीन, क्योंकि वीवर के पास इतना पैसा नहीं था कि वो रॉ मटेरियल खरीद सके क्वालिटी नंबर 1 सिल्क या नंबर 1 जरी आई वुड से. तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया, वीवर को रॉ मटेरियल खरीद के दिया और अभी भी देते हैं. तो कस्टमर को क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट मिलता है. वीवर इज हैप्पी बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव टू इन्वेस्ट मनी. So ideally it's win-win situation for both, and we can bring the product at the best price to the customers. So that has been the journey. We are still going on, we are still hustling. I'm still operating from home guys. So you need not increase your operation cost. 8 लोग मेरे लिए काम करते हैं, दिन रात करते हैं. I would really appreciate those people who work for me. Now we are looking for office store and first office store come, I would say office space, and we are developing our team. There are 8 people including IIT Kharagpur who are working for us from home, and now we have started a new project which is, we started a research on textile ka I would say recycling. So which is again a social impact because towards the environment, क्योंकि बहुत सारा हमारा धागा वेस्ट होता है, कपड़े वेस्ट होते हैं यूज्ड. तो उसके लिए हम क्या कर सके. We started the research. If you guys are really interested in that project, I would welcome you guys to come and be a part of our research. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, I think the context is set. We all know who is from 0 to 1, who is at 1, who is beyond 1, 1 to 10 growth. How many questions I can see here? Okay, plenty of them. Hold on for some time. I have 2 more questions and then we get back to the audience. Okay? So, now we are talking about startup again. As a whole startup, I want to know first, very important thing is challenges that you had or challenge that you seek even now as a whole company, or maybe a segment that you are trying to create in your own space. Maybe 1 or 2 can speak, or maybe all can. It's up to you guys. I'll keep it open. Yes, sir.
So I think majorly most of you would face this challenge, and I would want to give the biggest challenge is selecting a team. When you're starting out, see, as a founder, it's going to be a really lonely journey. The major challenge that we faced was building an amazing team. It's really difficult to find people who work hard day and night, who really put their sweat and tears in terms of building your company. So finding amazing people was the biggest challenge, and selecting the right people. So don't go for friends just because they want that status quo, because it's not a status quo wala job once you start a company. So that I would say is the biggest challenge: finding, understanding the right people. Look for good character more than more than skill set, because skill set is something that can be acquired. You need to have multiple skill set in startups. So look for people who are really good at heart and looking to put those efforts in day and night. So that is the biggest challenge that we face.
See, I mean, challenges, you can keep, making the list. Challenges will never stop coming. The only thing you need to have is basically have the right positive attitude towards it and keep hustling. As just
But
slowly
any
said.
one challenge that you want to mention about your journey?
In my journey, see, basically creating a category itself is the biggest challenge, because whether people will accept it or not, the customer adaptability to it. So when you're creating a category itself is the biggest challenge, but fortunately we have been able to cross that. Now the next challenge is the customer adaptability from a technology point of view. When we are, the bot would be launched, what would be the customer acceptance towards that kind of thing, because it's at a very, very nascent stage in India that people know about robotics.
True.
Right? When you go to Singapore, when you go to Japan, yes, people are used to it. But for our surprise, over there also a little bit of a challenge has been solved, because when we did a beta recently, we were zapped to see that even small kids and senior citizens, the customer adaptability towards using a touch screen on the machine was pretty seamless. The customer experience was very good doing that. So yes, if you look at it, it's a challenge. If you look at it, it's an opportunity. It's just the two sides of the coin.
Anyone else wants to?
I mean, we being a consumer brand, there's a first thing, there are three things what we always are facing and always will be continuously facing. First is the trust, consumer trust. So building that trust is very important, and always, keeping that trust in quality product, innovative products, but also keeping that. Second is, rightly said, the team. It's very important. Again, we always face that challenge because we have such a bit when trying to get them to be in our culture is always difficult. So what he rightly said, it's more the character rather than the skill set, because skill set we will develop, but the characters is something which will take us forward. So have that. But again, these are challenges which we always continue to face as we are growing. We are growing, we are having more members, getting those team members to having that same culture is not always easy. And then the third is, startup is part to profitability, and having that is very important. Again, वो उसको profitable बनाने के लिए इतने रहते हैं. Hello. So yeah, the challenges there are also always there. Investors के उनके ये रहते हैं थोड़े बहुत कि you have to have certain growth and things like that. So those challenges now we are facing. We have to be answerable to someone now, which not always is the great thing, because we have our own set of ideas and हमारा खुद का vision रहता है, दूसरे के visions आ जाते हैं. But these are challenges we take and move forward.
So I think both of them mentioned team building and talent culture. I think this is a hint for all the aspirants who are looking for jobs or try to understand how the culture work at this side. This is a hint for all of you. What they are looking at, maybe you can make a note of it. Yes, please.
Yes, of course. So I second this thought of having the right team. But I guess right now, when you were asking this question, the laundry list of challenges went through my mind. Uh, and but the challenge right now with which I am trying to deal with it is more internal. For example, when we started, it's the end mile delivery of A2 milk every single day at doorstep in glass bottles. So for 6 or 8 months, there was not a single day where I wasn't delivering on my bike because I wasn't able to get a delivery boys. Okay, so cut to then I started doing a lot of things on my own. So I was a control freak and perfectionist. So the challenge was for me to actually get rid of with that whole attitude of myself of doing everything. Everything has to be perfect. I realized that version 1 is better than version none. So that's when I actually started losing out and started to learn delegating the work as well. So now as well, I am still grappling with that problem of how I can make myself redundant in the entire team. So that's the challenge I'm working on, because every other challenge can be tackled if you have this attitude that I don't want to do anything as an employee of that company, and then you try to, and if you become that much lazy, then you try to find out ways or people who can actually do it much effectively for you. So that's the challenge. I am trying to become irrelevant in my company. Thanks.
Yes, yeah, please. ये conversation जो serious हो गया, तो I just want to एक शायरी में बताना चाहता हूँ। तो boundary share करेंगे. Challenge, if you select startup as a ecosystem or your journey, तो उसमें challenge तो आने ही आने हैं. तो मुझे किसी ने कहा कि जिंदगी में उंगली करना बंद कर दिया, तो मैं बहुत खुश हो गया. मुझे क्या पता है कि बापू लाने के लिए.
Yes, let's take an audience question. Yeah, this side, please. Let him have a mic. Go ahead. Maybe you can be a louder. We can hear you.
So, am I audible, right?
Yeah.
So, I am a data enthusiast. I like to, explore data and everything. So, and as anyone from like BOTO will also know that knowledge is power. So, I just want to ask any one of the founder who is curious to, take this question. That what can you share one scenario where you could use data as a decision making tool, instead like when you had an instinct that okay this will work, but your data said the other thing will work and you took the decision with data and it worked out. That's one. And the second question is that AI is taking a huge thing now, becoming a huge thing now, and when everyone has a beautiful startup right now with you guys. So some of you are at 2, some of you are at 3. So how do you guys see that AI will take you to, let's say, 5 or 6 in your next journey?
Because you're taking decisions on the gut feel, maybe with your and over the data.
No.
Yeah. It is. Right.
So data, I love data. I love data analytics. So I'll say कि हमारा पूरा तो वेबसाइट पे अभी तक सब कुछ ऑनलाइन था. डेटा से हमें पता चला customer acquisition cost online was 3,000 rupees because our average order value is 10,000 rupees. So obviously customer will be less right. And now we are trying to improvise that. But we got to know that if these are the certain areas, like for example, Jubilee Hills in Hyderabad, we have maximum customer. Hiranandani in Mumbai. So what we did is we ideally went and we did the exhibitions there with the help of data, and we started the campaigns particularly in those areas. Now what has happened is हमारा revenue double हो गया और हमारा cost कम हो गया. And जब हमने exhibition किया तो हमारा customer acquisition cost 800 रुपए आ गया, क्योंकि हमने acquire किया, repeat buy तो कर ही लेंगे
lighter note, मेरे तो नाम में ही data है. My last name is Datar, right? So yes, data is extremely important for every facet of your journey. Because without data, you're not able to take the right decisions. Data gives you the confidence to take that decision for you. If I have to place my outlet at some location, data is required. If I need to hire somebody, data is required. Except for projections, because projections are all apni mangar kahaniyan. What we feel we will reach, it is just an initiation point. But then beyond that, if you have to scale, data is the quintessential part of your journey.
Anyone want to take on an AI question that he asked?
I have been using AI quite a lot. I mean,
ChatGPT?
Absolutely. For creatives, for even doing what you call comparison with competitors, उनके nutritional values, उनके pricing, all those very simple. Just put some prompts and it gives you all the answers. So that again is a pretty good tool, and I've been using that. And again, you will be using that for a lot of other analytical work as well, because data, what mentioned, is very important. AI has made it easier now to just get it.
Next question. Yeah, she already is.
Hi, my question is for Pranav. So this is an era of healthy eating and weight loss trend is all over the place. So, and there are many emerging startups like for healthy snacks, like similar to yours. So how do you plan to survive in this competitive environment, and what sets the healthy binge apart from other competitors?
Yeah, so there are two answers. First one to answer you is yes, there's competition and there's always good to have competition. The market is very big. It's nascent still. So what we assume right now, the snack industry is around 30,000 crores ka industry. Usme se, let's say 5,000 is for the healthy snacking. The companies present there right now are still, we are seeing growth. That means there is still demand which is not being fulfilled. That's why we are seeing growth with other competitors as well. So I see for the another 2 to 3 years, I don't think so there is going to be any change in that. After that is probably the consolidation part, which probably is still happening now with certain companies. They are consolidating, they are getting mergers, acquisitions. So I don't know the future right now, but right now my goal is to get the company to certain, stage. After that, let's see what happens. The second one was in regards to, sorry, भूल गया क्या था?
How do you plan to face the competition?
How do you plan to face the competition?
Future, yeah, that's what I mean. I probably answered that question.
What sets you apart?
Oh yeah. So I mean, the thing what we found was there's this in the healthy snacking category. There's this thing where the thought process is either it's healthy or tasty. So what we are trying to do is have a balance. The second part is healthy but expensive. So what we are trying to do is get into the middle, wherein the anyone who is on the borderline, who are not able to get that. आवाज आ रहा है मेरे ख्याल से मेरे साथ ही हो रहा है ऐसे माइक दे दो yeah. So what we are trying to do is be in somewhere middle, wherein whosoever is trying to get to the get to the healthy living because they cannot do it because of pricing or whatever, we are trying to push them to do that. So that's the whole vision.
एक क्वेश्चन अंजलि से लेते हैं. अंजलि, go ahead. You want the mic?
So my question to you is, securing funding from Shark Tank is a big milestone, and of course for you all, it would have been a big milestone. तो मुझको ये जानना है कि आप लोगों का सिनेरियो कैसा था? Like the day before you were featured in Shark Tank, the Shark Tank show was aired, and just the day after. So what was the difference between the scale your product started getting sold?
Okay, shall I? So definitely, Shark Tank is a beautiful journey. So in our case, there are so many good milestones happened with us. For example, one day I got a call from Arthur Gadaji, like you are doing good job, I want to meet you. That is a big milestone. Similarly, I got a call from United Nations. They selected us as one of the biggest, one of the promising startup from India, and they took us to our Shark Tank, everyone knows about us. So that is the biggest advantage. One more important thing, like we never went on Shark Tank for the funding. We just want to break the mindset of the people. Like bamboo is also a one of the startup can happen in bamboo, because wherever we go, people always see us as a बेचारे लोग आ गए bamboo वाले हैं, NGO वाले हैं, ऐसे उस टाइप में एक perception हमारा build हो जाता है. We just want to share our numbers. Like we are generating more than 4.5 crore turnover business in bamboo. We are a first generation startup. There are so many so many things happen with us. So that was not noticed by the audience. So, and to make the bamboo as a general purpose product. So that was our intention. So that's why we went on Shark Tank. After Shark Tank, my account hacked twice. Instagram account hacked twice.
Good milestone.
So people started showing interest in different directions.
Yes. 4.5 CR.
Before Shark Tank, in terms of orders, we were getting around 150 orders, means 200 orders per day, including Amazon, Flipkart, and but after Shark Tank, for 3 months time, we are receiving around 1,500, 1,200 orders per day. So that is the goal. So that was a beautiful. Like we check our capacity. Like yes, we can provide that. People are showing interest. And now people are aware. Okay, this kind of product also in the market. So we appeared on the Shark Tank, demanded for 4% for 80 lakhs. But in first 3 months, we got around 1.8 crore business in 3 months. So that's where we called our investors and politely said like we got our funding fulfilled, because the time we spent lots of money during COVID, so there was lots of backlog was there. So that was fulfilled. And as Rakhi correctly said, जब तक नहीं चाहिए तो पैसे मत उठाओ. तो हमने उनको बोल दिया, हम शायद राखी का माइंडसेट पहले से बढ़ गया तो हमने नहीं लिया हमसे फंडिंग, उनको पोलाइटली बोल दिया. But yes, that publicity went very well. That's why we are here today. So yeah, thank you for Shark Tank. So there are one question in the last session. People are talking about lots of negative about Shark Tank. There are lots of things. देखो वो influencer है, right? उनका काम ही वही है, influence कर, मतलब wrong तरीके से influence करो, कच्चा बादाम करो, कुछ भी करो, वो करेंगे. Don't listen to them. एक इन्फ्लुएंसर है, बहुत फेमस है, मुझे पता है, सबको मोटिवेट करते हैं, लेकिन वो 2 महीने से एडमिट थे बेंगलोर में माइंड रिवैल्यूएशन के लिए. तो वो क्या हमको मोटिवेट करेंगे? So there are lots of negative things happen, but the most important investment of Shark Tank, everyone as a publicity, and that is more than enough. Every time, money is not everything. The funding is not everything. Visibility is also very much. Right now, if I went anywhere, किधर भी लोग पहचानते हैं. Last November I was in Dubai. वहाँ पे एक डेंटल कॉन्फ्रेंस था. बहुत अच्छा कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ. ऐसे 300-400 लोग थे. उसके बाद almost 70-80 लोग मुझे मिलने के लिए रुके थे. उनमें से पाकिस्तान, नेपाल, बांग्लादेश, भूटान, all 7 countries के थे. And they said कि we also want to start bamboo Bhutan or bamboo Pakistan in their own country. That was a really proud moment. Fortunately, यहाँ पे हम जितने भी very much Indian हो या हम भी हो, हम सारे organic और Indian इसमें काम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? Sustainability is the way forward. Everyone knows. And the Shark Tank is the platform who correctly quoted us on the national television, which is worth more than 200 crores. 11 minutes on the prime time. So that is the more than anything can do for us or a startup ecosystem. Thank you.
So our story is a little different. The question you asked was, those of you got funded. In our case, we did not get funded because we were pretty early over there. But as Yogesh correctly said, that platform is humongous. You know, the entire country gets to know you, right? So in our case, what happened is, typically whenever you're in a game, you either win or you lose. But in the game of entrepreneurship, you either win or you learn. So in Shark Tank, our biggest investment that we got was the suggestions that we got from the sharks about our two products. Honestly, I mean, as Kirti said, after we came back from the shooting, we actually decided to close down our packaged drinks business and focus only on the bot. Right? So this learning, we took it as an investment because it saved lakhs of rupees of money that we would have put otherwise in marketing and selling the packaged drinks, and we would have lost complete focus on the biggest scalable model of the bot. Right? So that was the biggest learning. Lots of, lakhs of rupees and at least couple of years of time we saved for ourselves. That was the biggest investment we got from the shark.
That's a great approach.
Yes. So yeah, as everybody said, each one of us got an insane amount of outreach. But what it has done for us is, of course, apart from our numbers going up, our website was almost down for 40 minutes. Our sale grew almost 30 times in the next 3 months. And till now as well, every day, whatever the number of new customers we are getting, almost 70% of them are actually coming because of the Shark Tank. Because those reels, that YouTube videos are still going on. So of course, there is a ripple effect on the business and all as well. But one thing which has happened with us, that we were actually talking to a group of angels while this entire thing was happening with sharks, and they were like, the discussion went on for 6 months and there was not a closure at all, and we were just, the things were got held in abeyance for no reasons. But the moment I actually, told them that, we got funding on the Shark Tank, by that time we were not actually here. And within 2 weeks, we had money in our account because everything was being done and at a much better valuation than what they were asking for and what we were asking for. So that was one thing, because what it does is essentially this outreach instills a sense of trust in the brand and the founders. So customers, investors, even we get a lot of help in terms of attracting A+ talent in our company as well. So employees. So it helps us in a very I would say omnipresent manner. Wherever we actually go, Shark Tank mention reduces our amount of time which we used to take to build that trust with any stakeholder that we were talking to.
Intangible benefit of getting a that's so much important. Any more questions? Yes.
So sir, I have the question about offline markets. अभी पूरा फैड है कि ऑनलाइन में ग्रो करता है सारे ब्रांड्स, बट लाइक्स ऑफ हेल्दी ब्रेंज एंड बाम्बू इंडिया, आपको ऑफलाइन मार्केट में जहाँ पे कोलगेट का 20 रुपए का ब्रश है एंड लेस का भी 20 रुपए का चिप्स का पैकेट है, इन सच अ प्राइस कॉन्शियस मार्केट लाइक इंडिया, हाउ डू यू टैकल दैट? एंड एज मैन सेड 3000 rupees customer acquisition cost है, how do you plan to bring that down and tackle all this offline market? And how much do you think it is important कि a brand, D2C brand, grows in offline? So yeah, that is the question.
Maybe adding to this is, do you do offline as of now, and then what's going ahead plans for the offline?
Definitely offline is the real market, right? So online, even though today supermarkets like Big Bazaar, D-Mart, that is we call as a modern trade. So modern trade is not more than 10%. 90% is going as a general trade, right? So presence offline is very important for any brand. Online में आप ज़्यादा टाइम तक scale कर सकते हो. For a product like us, we are selling brush at 45 rupees, right? So no one continuously orders brush online. They want to see on offline as well. So we started with offline types. So there are lots of platforms. So right now in Pune, for Bamboo India's case, our before Shark Tank or after 6 months after Shark Tank, we were only focusing on the B2B because we are learning like how to sell, how to make the brush, how to sell the brush, something like that. So initially we partnered with all the major brands I don't want to take a name because of the NDA, but yes, the world's largest plastic toothbrush brand, we are already working with them to make them a bamboo toothbrush handles, and they're doing the bristling and selling across Europe and US region. So with the help of them, we learned how to make a quality brush. So that's why the price of bamboo toothbrush was once 80 rupees in 2016, bring down to 40 rupees today. So that was the biggest. Now we got the confidence. Now we can compete with the plastic. Still there are bit difference between plastic and bamboo, but that we purposely kept. दो कदम तुम भी चलो, दो कदम हम भी चलते. So now in Pune we are present more than 300 plus medical stores, and by end of this we are targeting around 3,000 stores offline. And based on that experience, we will start growing outside of Pune, like Western Maharashtra, Mumbai, and all those stuff. But yes, definitely any business offline is the key, because people still wants to touch, feel, using that kind of a personal hygiene things, right? So online is good, but वहाँ से आपको profit जितना नहीं मिलेगा जितना offline से मिलेगा. Hope I answered the question. Thank you.
Yeah, you wanna? Okay. Quickly, if I can actually talk about this online and offline, because we are 100% online. Actually, it's not either or. It really depends upon what kind of product you have, what kind of market you are operating at. What's your goal? That's also very important. And what is the stage and how much funding do you have? Because offline is a very tough job. There are already, incumbent players who are already there. They have very strong distribution and dealer network, and to build that entire infrastructure for a new brand, it's extremely difficult. So online gives us, a great handle to start without having to have this kind of a muscle to even, launch our product. With online, you can first validate your product market fit with, your right set of customers. In online, you get a lot of data, consumer data. If you see, yes, there are bigger brands now. Now at that moment, now they are actually going into offline. For example, Mama, now they have started getting into, but they became unicorn only based on their online channels and their marketplaces presence. So it's a very customized strategy. Why Asian Paint has started painting homes, because they till this point in time did not have data of their end consumers. So they did not know what's the sort of consumer behavior is. So painting homes is just a service. They need to know the data of their end consumer and then build up analytics, and which can actually feed into their overall strategy. If you see in the last 100 years, the Fortune 500 companies, you will see the consistency with the companies who have hold of their end consumer data. With offline marketing, you don't get to know what's your consumer behavior is, why they are buying. No, yes, you can do certain sampling, certain random surveys and all, but online, every customer journey, you can actually look back in crystal clear manner. In initial years, site is extremely important for you to set yourself asset light without having to have too much of a funding.
Please. No, please.
What I think is, I don't think online offline separate. I think them as sales के channels हैं. कौन सा online offline में convert हो जाए तुम्हें पता ही नहीं चलता. कौन सा offline online में convert हो जाए. So ideally, just consider them as sales channels. When you जब ये thought process clear हो जाता है ना, तभी online offline का difference ही खत्म हो जाता है in your mind. Because हम लोगों ने ऑनलाइन शुरू किया था, अब हम यूएस में ऑफलाइन फ्रेंचाइजी दे रहे हैं. So you never know that what comes up. I think it's a part of journey. Online से ऑफलाइन शिफ्ट करना है, but online is a very easy way to start the business, as you mentioned. You can start and I think business will shape itself. You start getting the opportunities, you will start thinking of multiple sales channels in an easy way, and you start selling in different channels, whether it's online or offline. Or third party also, like Nykaa, Myntra for us.
एक दो क्वेश्चन है, थोड़ा पीछे जाके उस साइड पे. Yes.
Okay, audible?
Yes.
Okay, so I have two questions. So first is to Milind sir, and second one is to Sai.
So Milind sir, the product that you are working on, right, or you are basically going to commercialize it. Where I am looking at is, I want that particular board to be installed in my office alongside my coffee machine, right? So how you are planning to do that? Because I don't want to drink coffee or tea the whole day, but I would like my team members to drink sugarcane juice instead of that, right? But both of those things are with perishable materials. So basically, I was targeting from going to 1 to 10x and how you are planning to do that. And second question to Sai is, you said you all before entering into Makeure, you already had your poultry farm, right? And then you decided to make that as a business on an online site. Now consider if I have my own poultry farm with 20,000 hens, what do you think if one should or I should start my own brand, or I should rather start doing white labeling and supply those to, let's say, Paramati Agro or Meteor brand? What do you think? Can you become your competitor? उसके पास है already.
So what you said is what we are already doing. So when we enter a market in a niche like X, what we have done is joining hands with the competitor is the first thing we did. As a farm, we were not able to sell our own product firstly, so we captured each and every brand in the market and we supplied them. We are doing it till date, and side by side we started a brand. So you can do both at once. It's not an issue because our brands don't know that we are starting our own brand, and that doesn't create an issue because they don't have that mentality that this person can bring that much sales in the market or give a good market share, get a good market share in the market. But that's up to you that how much you capture and create your name in the market, and then that will create a problem for them to be alive in the market. So that's what you can do as a poultry farmer. If you're starting, you can join us with the B2B businesses as well. But if you want us, if you want to join us, you can do that as well because we also onboard farmers. So that is one thing you can do.
But Sai, I think you should mention about the specialty of your eggs, which is keep you aside from the other egg vendors.
So normal eggs are like readily available in the market, right? White eggs, जो होता है cage का अंडा होता है. We have a set of cage and then they put hens and the eggs are ready. तो हमारा ऐसा नहीं होता. We have to follow certain SOPs. Those are patented SOPs. So once you follow those, we have an NDA and everything, that legal thing and all. And then उसके बाद we start procuring eggs from you. That's all. वो बस SOPs follow करो, हमें परेशान मत कीजिए, quality अच्छा दीजिए. Simple.
So they actually do the odorless eggs.
Yeah.
Is a specialty of the egg that you use.
Yeah, those SOPs are followed to get
odorless eggs.
Yeah. So normal, नहीं तो you will produce eggs. Anybody can produce eggs.
Exactly.
But okay, so eggs can produce eggs. Anybody? Yeah. So coming to the point, hens can produce eggs, but yes, specialty होनी चाहिए ना. अगर नहीं होगी तो market में differentiate कैसे करेंगे? USP is the thing which is now needed in the market because यहाँ मैं जाऊँगा दुकान में मेरा रखने बोलूँगा तो वो बोलेंगे गलत क्या है, मेरे पास already आया. So that is the thing.
Right. So I'll just try to reiterate the question you asked, whether we can put these kind of machines in offices and all, right? That was the only question, or was there an extension to that?
Yeah, the extension was how basically when you start doing that, right? CCD can do that easily because the material is not that perishable, whereas a sugarcane stick is perishable in a day or two. So how are you planning to do that when you go from 1 to 10?
Okay. The first misconception, sugarcane shelf life is not 1 or 2 days. Okay. Now, if you see the roadside people, they keep the sugarcane for almost a month or so. But we don't recommend that. The actual shelf life of sugarcane is around 10 days after it is being harvested because it starts losing the liquid, the juice content in that, right? So it is around 10 days and not 1 or 2 days, number one. Number two, as I said in my earlier question as an answer is, this machine is like a plug and play. It is just like a fridge. आपके घर में जो fridge होता है, you just go and plug it in. You just have to refill the stock, that is the sugarcane sticks inside the machine, and it's ready for use. Right? It takes hardly 15 square feet. So it is like you just tell me I want to put a machine in your premises, we'll just go there and put it. The other strategies is that like the logistics and all, that is works parallelly. But the machine essentially can be put in any high footfall institutional place. It could be corporates, it could be malls, multiplexes, airports, metro stations, even housing societies for that matter. Right? Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you. Any questions?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Advika, and my question to you, Sashil sir, is that I think if I've read right, for a 12-piece pack, your eggs come to about 13 rupees per egg, which is almost double the market price of about 6 per egg. So how do you plan to bring about a change in consumer behavior? Because I think most of us buy eggs on a regular basis, and I would want to pay as less as possible for that. That's my question. Thank you.
She's done all the calculation.
So the answer lies in the question. What we have done is consumer mindset is our khelna. So when you buy 12 eggs, it costs you roughly 160 rupees on my platform. And when once you buy 30 eggs, it will cost you 303 rupees. So that is 11 rupees per egg. And then you will once you like the consumer pattern works in such a way that first you'll order 12 eggs. You'll just try it. Okay? Once you get the taste, you'll know that the shelf life is 20 days. Now, if I have a family of 3 and everyone is consuming 1 egg per day, that too comes to 30 eggs per 10 days, right? And I can easily consume, some days we don't consume, right? So that comes to an average of 30 eggs. So what we have done is 30 eggs ka price kam rakho, 30 eggs zyada bikega, increase in AOV also. So that is a strategy what we play, because there is many things involved while selling things like freight charges, that is delivery charges, and प्रोडक्ट का मेकिंग कॉस्ट है, पैकेजिंग है, ऑपरेशन टीम है, अदर एक्सपेंसेस, many expenses are there. So we need to get a high AOV. So that's why. And अगर 12 अंडा बेचना है मुझे, तो if I keep the price more, that is simply making me profit, right? So eventually consumer जो ज़्यादा ले रहा है उससे भी मुझे profit हो रहा है, कम ले रहा है तो भी मुझे ही profit हो रहा है. So that is my play.
That's the quality of the founder. Yeah. That's the quality of a founder. Answer was ready. You were ready for that answer with the calculations.
So that answer lies in the question.
Up to the strategy, right? That's clear. Yes, last 2 questions quickly. Maybe you'll give a chance. We are here. Yeah. Keep it very short.
So my name is Nana. I am textile engineer, and my question is to Saloni ma'am. Like, can you please elaborate about what was the hustle you have faced in your initial days, and have you planned anything about that particular wastage you have already talked in initial session? Thank you.
Talk to me later.
Yeah.
First of all, we'll work together.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hustle तो बहुत सबके इसमें होती है. Hustle is a new word. पहले हमारे ज़माने में struggle बोलते थे उसको. अब hustle बोलते हैं. तो hustle हम सब startups में होती है. It is like everybody has. So instead of talking about the hustle, I just लोग बोलते हैं consistency, be consistent. ये 3-4 साल में मुझे पता चला सच्ची में consistency जो बोलते हैं ना सच होता है. But when you go through it, you understand it. In terms of that fabric you are saying, ये हमने कब रियलाइज किया जब हमारे वीवर्स जो बस मैं हर महीने जाती हूँ वीवर्स को मिलने पर्सनली एवरीवेयर वेदर इट्स वेस्ट बंगाल येवला में तो आई बिकॉज माय पेरेंट्स स्टे तो आई गो एवरी 15 डेज नाउ जाना ही पड़ता है. तो हम लोगों ने क्या देखा कि जब जो वीविंग करते हैं 10 साड़ी निकलती है हैंडलूम पे यू वुड नो, तो 10 साड़ी निकलने के बाद 2 किलो का वेस्टेज निकलता है क्योंकि वो तार टूटती है. ये सब ये इतना रेशम का धागा प्योर सिल्क का जो कि कीड़े मार के बनाते हैं हम आइडियली, तो वो इतना रेशम वेस्ट हो रहा है एंड दे सेल इट, वो ऐसे ही दे देते हैं किसी को. तो वहाँ से वी थॉट कि व्हाट टू डू विद दिस fabric, like we can refurbish it and probably make new sarees or clothes or diaries or probably bags or something we can do out. So that is one waste which is like pre-production. We say it pre-production. One is post-production. We make kapde and we use it and where to throw them. Give it. So वो वाला हो गया अपना post use जो आप बोलते हो. तो वो उसमें हम लोग we are doing the research post use में. Here we have already identified something how to use that wastage basically, but we'll talk about it later.
Last question. Okay, please.
Sir, how to judge any idea will survive in the market or not? And my second question is, when should anybody give up on their idea?
Okay, who wants to take it? First, how to validate the idea? I'll put it that way. How to validate the idea, whether it will work or not. It's very hard. And second is, when to give up an idea?
So my experience is, I was actually referring to that in my intro, that if your why is very clear, right? Because that's what keeps you going. Whenever there are challenges, whenever everybody looks at you that ye nahi hone wala, even you actually get into your self doubt. So I wrote a very great book few months back, Mindsets for Me, and the preface of that book was, "Those who know why of life never have a problem about hows of living." And that's really has actually shaped up the way I have been looking at the things. And the day when you think that you have found a different why, or this why hasn't actually much relevant in your life, that's the day when you actually should give up on that thing and then reinvent yourself. That what is that? Because I am driven by philosophy. Not everyone is driven by philosophy. There are people who start the business for different reasons. People start the business for taking to a certain level and getting acquired, get exit, get money, and then do something else. So it really depends on why you're starting the business, and that's what, if that reason is no more longer relevant, that's the day when you actually should give up and do something much better than, or much more relevant in your life.
Sure. You want to add something?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of validating idea, I would believe in the concept you fake it until you make it. So let's say you have an idea. Maybe we take cane bot for example, wherein they have an automated sugarcane juicing process. So what I would have done is he made a box, had a person sit inside it with a jar. Whenever you put some coin, and I would have gone to all the manufacturers or all the shopping mall directors and then pitch this. We have already built this. We just put a coin and then it produces sugarcane juice for us. And sold it. I mean, just sold that concept to all the people if they buy it. I would have raised enough sales or income from just pre-orders and then build the machine altogether. So take it until you make it. Show that you already have. Let's say you're telling that you have an app for giving investment advice. Have someone really do it manually, sell it first. If people are buying it, that means your idea is validated. People want it, they really want to try it. So that's how you should start or validate an idea. About giving up an idea, see, what you need to decide right now is, do you want to be an entrepreneur or not? Most of the times, the idea that you're thinking right now, it's going to fail. Okay, it's not going to work at all, because you come with a perception that this is what. But once you enter the market, you realize, okay, things are really different here. So you need to pivot. You need to think about certain different aspects. So, you need to decide if you want to be an entrepreneur or not. IDA is going to be different by the time you become successful. So you must have thought about something else that you want to build, and eventually you're building something else. So it's more about, do you want to do it or not?
So I'd like to add a couple of things. So either you fail, it's basically fail fast and fail cheap. The best way to decide whether you want to continue doing what you're doing or to move on to the next battle, you have to fail fast and fail cheap. You can't continue doing or working on that project forever endlessly. That is definitely something. And one more question that you need to keep on asking as a reaffirmation is, what next? Because the moment you get satisfied and you stop there, abhi mera product chal gaya, bahut acha hai, and I just keep reaping the benefits of that, very soon the end is going to come. So you need to keep asking yourself what next, and that's when innovation happens.
Okay, so we are very short of a time.
Yeah, sure.
Take it very, very quick.
Very quick. So my name is Sachin Singhai. I'm from Code Decode Labs. My question is to all of you. Like, in the established category you are operating in, and with the established players, how do you ensure the innovation funnel goes very long with each of the products?
Very quick, 1 or 2. Yeah, sorry.
Innovations, I think, when you are a startup, you don't have that bandwidth of innovating on all innovation altogether, but it's really basis on how much money you have, how much time you have, and how much resources you have. So with less resources, it's better to just focus on one thing. If you've innovated something which people need, just focus on it, grow it, get revenue, and once you know the revenue is growing, then invest on. And if it's an environment which is really competitive, then you should focus on innovation. Or if it's not, then just focus on growing the sales and revenue is what my suggestion.
So quick rapid fire to all of you. Everyone has to answer very quick, maybe in one max 2 words. Okay. First question: the metrics that you follow for your business every day. So let me start with you.
Stay humble, stay consistent.
No, metrics that you follow, metrics that you gauge every day about your business.
I personally,
Yeah.
in terms of sales,
Yeah, anything like that.
anything. I guess I personally talk to my customers.
Okay.
Few customers I daily talk to.
Okay.
So three. One is of course number of liters and number of kgs that are getting sold.
Okay.
Second is number of complaints and why they are there.
Okay.
And third is of course, it's not daily, but yes, because there are daily things happening, but the number of farmers we are adding every month.
Great.
For one, right now there is only one matrix. How soon I can launch the product?
Okay.
Because it's a high risk innovation, it takes time.
So, three metrics for us at the moment. We recently launched our internship platform. So, one, number of students got internship through our platform. Second, the number of students downloaded the app. Third is the revenue that we are generating on a daily basis.
We calculate this. We look after the quality, and the third metrics we look after is the acquisition cost. That is what's much important to look after it because it switches up like anything else.
Yeah, obviously is the sales numbers, number of orders that we have to track on daily or weekly or monthly basis. On top of that, we always key into how much plastic we save. That is one of the key interest area because initially when we are not profitable, we are only talking about this much, how much plastic we save. So we keep the same things because so that at least at the end of the month we can just track like are you going on the right track? Yes.
Everyone has answered my question. Actually, there's nothing more to add. Sales, revenue, sales, quality, and cost of acquisition of customer. These are the normal things what we do.
So now I give you first chance. You answer first. The one advice that you want to give at the growth stage to every founder who is looking for going on growth.
Growth stage. It's patience. It's always the patience game. You have to keep on working hard. Things will not always go according to your plans because growth stage में हम लोगों ने बहुत बड़ा dream बनाया रहता है. Not always it happens, but you have to be patient and consistent and it works.
Stop assumption. So that is one of the things which I learned a lot. हमको लगता है कि यार जैसा भी किसी ने कहा कि मेरी आइडिया पेटेंटेड है, इतना बिजनेस हो सकता है, लेकिन लोगों को समझता ही नहीं है. समझेगा, अगर होगा तो जरूर समझेगा. मुझे लगता है मेरा बेटा उस बोर्ड से भी ज़्यादा अच्छा भागता है, लेकिन मुझे भागेगा तब समझेगा. Just don't assume. Assumption is the dangerous point. So go on the facts. Yes, that is the only thing.
As a startup founder, don't do too many things at a time. Kirti ma'am also suggested don't. As Indians, we have this tendency कि ये भी करेंगे, but you really need to focus on one thing. Let's say I want to build a LinkedIn for college students. I will not do everything that they're doing. Focus on, let's say, getting students internships first, then networking, then one by one is what you go. Don't do everything at the same time.
Basically, believe in yourself, believe in the idea that you're doing, and believe in the impact that you're going to create. And with that, resilience is something that will keep you going.
Of course, all of this is important. But in my own personal journey, I am here because I met amazing people in my journey. as everyone says, right, you are an average of 5 people, you spend most of your time there. In today's world, it's not only the physical person, but it's also the kind of content that you consume. So I still actually choose how I'm consuming my time. Who are those 5 people around me who are able to, who will be able to inspire me, be my emotional support, or also help me expand my blueprint. For example, one of the advantages of having sharks on board is we have been struggling to get our products on board on one of the biggest quick commerce platforms. And I just actually sent a message on WhatsApp to Ghazal, and she wrote an email to a decision maker, India level decision maker, within next half an hour, and in next 15 days all our products were actually on board. So this is the power of spending and having the right people around you. Not everyone can have a shark, but there are because the solutions to most of my problems have always came from most unexpected places and the people that I met. Yeah.
I completely believe that continuous improvement is a part of the game. You have to improve yourself continuously, and you have to also improve your business and the people so that they keep on increasing their learning. So that is the journey. I mean, that is the continuous process which will take you there. So we have gone through it, and we are here today, and I'm sure there's a lot of improvement. And सुनो सबकी करो खुद की, as I would say. So feedback सबसे लो, लेकिन take your own decision.
Perfect, perfect. That's it. Let's have a round of applause. That's the end of the second round. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks for spending your time. I hope you also enjoyed the audience. Let's have a clap for them as well. For the lovely audience around us. And that's it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Let me hand it over to Malav. Malav?
Thank you so much, sir, ma'am. I know it's approaching lunchtime, but both of these sessions have been such thought-provoking sessions, a lot of food for thought. With this, I would like to, as mentioned in the morning, a lot of our students at SIMS, we are an MBA institute, are interested in life projects and virtual internships. So all the founders and startup ventures are welcome to pitch their products, their life projects or opportunities to the students. They can stay back in the auditorium or under the dome. Our students would love to interact with you. Also, we have Mr. Sachin Deshpande, the co-founder and CEO of Orphan Technologies Private Limited. He'd like to say a few words to the students.
I know I'm in between you and the lunch, right? So I'll be pretty quick. Myself, Sachin Deshpande, ex-Microsoft. I'm on the alumni with 28 years of industry experience. We are a product company and we are building very innovative products. And currently we are engaged with IIT IIMs and other what we call premium institutes. We wanted to extend this opportunity for SIMS students when we are launching live projects, and this is of all kinds of management streams you can think about, like HR, data, then technology, operations, finance, right? So do grab this particular opportunity. I was in touch with your Deputy Director, Dr. Praveen Kumar, and the fellow senior members of your team. Do reach out to me and grab this opportunity. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope this afternoon was just as fruitful and interesting for everyone present as it was for us. Time is money, and this is especially true for entrepreneurs on the hustle hall. As our event comes to a close, I would like to thank our director, Brigadier Dr. Rajiv Devekar, for guidance. I would also like to thank our panelists for their valuable time and insight, as well as our co-host Echan. I'm sure our audience and student body appreciate this opportunity and experience. I would like to express our thanks to the branding cell of SIMS for covering the event, the infrastructure team, admin team, as well as the IT team for their support in making this event a success. Last but not the least, I would also like to thank our attendees for being such an amazing audience. Thank you.
last 2 minutes that will take. पूरा award ceremony होगी तो आखिरी का और थोड़ा सा सुनना पड़ता है ना कि किसने किया किसने नहीं किया. So huge thank you, and can you all give a huge round of applause to our panel? And also a huge shout out SIMS, wonderful place, beautiful building, like we are sitting right here, and also to the team. Please have a question नहीं होते तो आपका very much profit होता है. अगर भी स्मोक नहीं दिख रहा है उनको एक बार huge round of applause. We do meetups, we do very right way, and we do very amazing way. That is something what we will be doing. We are 15-year-old startup community. We started back around अहमदाबाद के बाहर एक टी स्टॉल है, बस वहाँ से छोटा सा चालू हुआ कि कुछ दोस्तों को बात करनी थी, आ जाओ कुछ ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करते हैं, and somehow it turned out to be this big. We are active in 50 cities in India, majorly active in metro cities, more than 15 cities in India. But we also are active in global cities, global countries, and not just now, but we have been active in global countries since last 5 years. Just to give you a quick sneak peek, this by the way, every last Saturday of the month across all our chapters we do demo day. Demo day are something kind of like जैसे आपने आज open elevator pitch देखा 1 minute का. They are more elaborative, more proper sessions where investors, enablers, and we invite audience, also open community house where we shortlist few 10 to 12 startups every month, and we give them an opportunity to pitch. So these are some of the quick picks from our demo days. Right, this one is from the Pune itself, and ये Manila का chapter. Right now, if you are visiting any other country or if your team or you are traveling anywhere, just connect with us. We will be rightly hosting you out there. Manila chapter. This one is our Singapore one. Abhi right now last month we did a simultaneous event in more than 10 countries. So quite exciting. Every place, London. And by the way, exciting part is like all the work that we do is open and free and accessible to all. So that's the best part. Till the time we don't want to invest anything, it will be open and free for everyone. Bali's meetup, quite a beautiful place. Believe me, if you are traveling, then just hang around there. It's an amazing atmosphere, amazing vibe. You can also do the co-living and co-working stuff there. Some amazing stuff there. And also we also have some special, every first Saturday of the month we try to do special meetup for women entrepreneurs. Trying to build and inculcate culture for them and supporting them. So this one is just right, I think couple of weeks back from our Pune meetup. But you can see all our details and all our meetups on our website also. It's each other interest. Or else you can also individually log into our meetup page also. So that's it I think from our side. And apart from that, we also do T5 Cricket League. It's something kind of like an IPL for startups. Where we each team launch their team and we must खेलते एक दूसरे के साथ. यहाँ पे तो भी बहुत professional था, वहाँ पे बहुत it's more bonding and more collaborative process that we play. So if you want to play, it's open for all, both. ठीक है, आ सकते हो, आराम से खेल सकते हो. You can connect with me or one of our team members anywhere. And also if you like this, तो कहीं पे आप फोटो खींच के just share us about us. We feel good, अच्छा लगता है. If you share us out, give us a shout out. It motivates us to do such amazing things for them doing it every week. पहले रात 4 बजे फिर से meetup है, ठीक है, शाम को. That's the regular. Every Saturday we do 4 PM meetup, and morning different places, different times. And you can find all our lists यहाँ पे. By the way, दर्शन आने वाली थी आज, but she recently shifted to Delhi, तो वो दिल्ली के मीटअप में बैठ गई. So आप देख सकते हैं. And also now monsoon season has been coming, so we are again starting with our trekking and hiking sessions. So if you want to join us there, please reach out to me. And also Sunday mornings we do play badminton, and all our work is contributed and सब लोग मिलके करते हैं. Ideas to foster the culture and की बातें हो, and whole goal is to make sure कि at the end of the day अगर 5 दोस्त भी बनते हैं आपको, I think that is more good enough. चीज़ें तो सीखते रहेंगे, आते रहेंगे, but making 5 friends would be a great thing. And hope you have made 5 friends. We'll open up for networking and we'll take one quick picture before that. उसके बाद networking के लिए open करेंगे, ठीक है? तो सब लोग यहाँ पे खड़े हो जाओ अच्छे से, और सब लोग थोड़ा अपने अपने जगह पे खड़े हो, तो कॉम्बिनेशन यहाँ से ऊपर से कॉमन चले जाओ. जो भी फोटोग्राफर्स रहेंगे या टीम के, वो यहाँ से ऊपर चले जाओ, और पैनल वाले थोड़ा सा चिपक के थोड़ा साइड में. और टीम के